All right, everybody. Glad you could join us for this impromptu Trial by Fireside cast. We got all the camping gear ready with us. We've lit the fire. We got the portable stove top right next to it. We're cooking and grilling some barbecue here in the forest tonight. We got some Trial by Fireside, like I said, but this time instead of newcomer playoffs, we're doing amateur playoffs. It's the number 8th seed versus the number 9th seed, the Cowboys, versus a man I love fragging, which acronymically means something more devious, but all in good fun. I am Jay, joined by Wild Rumpus. How are you, Rumpus?
Oh, acronymically is quite a word to be pulling out there. I'm doing well tonight. Yeah, amateur playoffs and what should be two evenly matched teams, at least on paper, with the same record going into playoffs, round one as well. So, yeah, should be exciting. I'm trying to look now if these guys have played against each other yet in the regular season, and it's looking like they have not.
I know we've casted the
Um,
Cowboys before. I don't think I've ever casted the Fragging Boys.
yeah,
I think that was with you, actually.
no. Cowboys cast. Who would it have been against?
I remember it was on Bagel Week. So,
Bagel Week against Cowboys versus Boruto fan. I don't
yeah,
recall
that sounds
this.
very
I don't
familiar.
remember this at all. Did this team change their name or something?
That may be. That may be. But before we go any further, we have to talk about our partnership with TF2 Coaching Central Cup. Like I said, in previous streams, Fireside has partnered with TF2 Coaching Central to do coverage on their fifth cup, which is the Summer Cup, their fifth edition of this TF2CC Cup. We're very excited to do this. You can go sign up, type exclamation mark TF2CC in the chat, which I will do for you guys now. Join up. You can join as a newbie. You can join as a mentor, a highly experienced player, and coach these six newbies. And you could go for the prize, which is keys. And I believe we have a Manco Store partnership recently to go with this
Oh,
cup, so there's even more prize at hand.
wow. Yeah, that's definitely cool. I have coached a couple newbie cups in the past. That actually, like, in a way, jump started me posting stuff to YouTube because going through my first time coaching a newbie cup, I was like thinking to myself, like, how do you actually get someone from not knowing anything about sixes to actually like having a decent grasp? And that includes like config stuff and all that. So I just made like a impromptu ramble on for half an hour video at a time type of deal to do that, and then that kind of got my foot in the door, I guess.
Hey, I mean, I think I did do some mentorship this season for an amateur team, I believe, which is Lying Cat Girl Coalition or something like that.
Mhm.
And it was a pretty fun experience. Obviously, I didn't have the time with dealing with Fireside and whatnot, but it's definitely a memorable experience if you are an experienced player. But we aren't just advertising that; we are also advertising Fireside merch. Congrats
Oh
to
yeah.
us on our end. Actually, we've reached 25 total orders, which is pretty goated within less than a week. So thank you to everybody who's been ordering. You can get hoodies, you can get sweatshirts, apparel, hats. You could even get a Wild Rumpus hat if we choose to make that public. But
Yeah, you have to be on your best behavior for that one though.
yeah, only one person has ordered, and I question his quality of taste. In math.
Yeah, truthfully.
Exclamation mark merch in the chat, which I have done for you guys. We could also do Twitch gifting apparently. So I guess if you like buy something on there, we haven't tested it yet, but if you buy a product there, there's a button that shows up whenever we're live, and basically what that does is it sets up a random giveaway, and you have to type like exclamation mark enter when the merchandise bot appears in the chat, and it just basically says enter, type in the chat, and then it just randomly picks a winner. So pretty cool at that. That being said, aside from merch, we have to talk about the match. Man, I love fragging
Hmm.
versus the Cowboys. Let's quickly run down the rosters. I'll take away Man, I love fragging. That is Lorenzo on flank scout, DePrew on pocket scout, Romer on roamer, staying true to the namesake of his role. Ponder on pocket, Clio on Demoman, and Rattlebones on medic. They're the eighth seed heading into the same record though.
And then the Cowboys, we got Tuna Medic, Smoky Demo, Wadsworth and Almos on Soldiers, and then Bloomston and Oobles on Scouts. And yeah, so the Roamer on Roamer. I mean, way better than Roamer on like Flank Scout or something. At the very least, he's named for the role.
That's
But like, what
true.
happens as in a season or something when you want to try something new off class a little bit, and then suddenly like your name's Roamer and you're here on Medic in the friend team.
Well, we can look at the map pool in the meantime, and very, very, very iconic to newcomer and the amateur divisions. We have two COD maps in the map pool to start off our first two maps, which is Bagel starting us off for the series, and then Product being the next, and then to finish it all, should we come to that, we will be on Sunshine. Bagel is actually, I love Fragging's map pick. And I'm just gonna say right now, it's a Melp's map pick. I'm just gonna use the acronym at this point. Screw saying their entire name. It's I mean, Bagel seems to have seen a lot of popularity now. I feel like every cast that we've gotten in
Mm-hmm.
playoffs has seen Bagel, not just including this season, it's last season too.
Yeah, I feel like there's either a team just bans it or it kind of just gets picked. I don't see it getting left on the table all that often. Definitely a favorite, and probably not my personal favorite for Koth, although I do quite like it a lot. But I think it's probably the community's preferred Koth map at this point. Yeah, followed up by Product, and then yeah, you mentioned finishing off with some change of pace 5CP Sunshine if we get there. I don't truthfully know anything about either of these teams, so yeah, it's hard for me to throw a prediction of where I see this going. Of course, I always predict the 4-2 Koth, and I put some channel points on MILF just because of the funny name. So that's my prediction is the 4-2 for Man I Love Fragging.
Yeah, I'm gonna go give out some names. Obviously, I still remember from their match against Burrito Fan Party on Bagel that we casted. So I'll give my name's worth to Oobles, who I believe is the Flank Scout. Yeah, Flank Scout. And Smokey
Yep.
the Demo Man for the Cowboys. And then for Man I Love Fragging, I watched their pregame. Had to do a bit of note taking because I had the time. I'll
Of
give it to
course.
Cleo, and I mean, if you're playing, if your name is the role that you play in sixes, I'm gonna give it to Romer too. So excited to see what he's up to, what shenanigans he can pull off. And actually, Rumpus, on the note of Bagel, Bagel is not traditionally known to be a high bomb map, but having produced a lot of the invite matches this season, we've seen way more than you can think of. I mean, you just have to be creative and just know the layout of the map to know where to high bomb. But I've seen Toss from Cat Posse abuse it a lot, and he
Oh
works to
yeah.
perfection.
Yeah, anytime there's like a wall, there's usually a high bomb you can do, especially if you're like good at jumping like Toss is. I mean, we'll have to see because even like super jumper mains in the lower divs,
Uh
like
huh.
Zagrafig, for instance, we didn't see throwing off like insane bombs or anything. Usually just like very nice rollouts or um, good bombs, but not like inventive high bombs. Just because I think to get that uh, amount out of it, it's not a great way of phrasing it, but to see people going for like crazy high bombs and things like that, there's usually some like game sense element. It's not pure mechanics. Um, yeah, the bagel definitely has the potential for it.
So what can we really say about this map? I mean, one of the big things about this map is that if you're a demo man on this map, you're almost guaranteed to top frag on it, just because of how choky the midpoint is and how easy it is to lob pipes over between the houses. It's really one of the strongest maps, maybe aside from Product for the demo man. Well, I mean, any Koth map should be strong for the demo man, but I think Bagel just personifies it even more.
Yeah, bagel is really about the three lanes, I suppose, where a product you have the point, you have connector. Point kind of has two sides, but on bagel you have the point with its two sides, and then both houses. So action and control of the houses will directly affect the control of the point, cause big flanks to happen if houses are left open. Yeah, all sorts of things like that. So house control and house opportunism is really the name of the game on Bagel. As far as you were saying with demo, this is actually, of course, like some demos do just like putting up big numbers in the logs. But from people I've talked to, actually, Bagel is kind of counterintuitively um, a little rough for demo, just because in some respects it can be like kind of one dimensional because you are just chained to the point, and it can just be a complete slugfest. So it's not uncommon on a Bagel to see demos not only dealing but also like taking just an insane amount of damage, and it's just like a nonstop war zone. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it looks like both demos rolled out about the same time. Just trying to get some type of sticky damage. Roamer trying to get some early spam as well on Slant. And actually, Ooble's shoving House here alongside Almos. Actually getting a ton of damage on Deprue, who will just be able to slide away just in time on single-digit HP. First to fall, though, Bloomston. And with that, well, the floodgates are open. There goes Ooble's. And at this point, oh yeah, Wadsworth is behind. And does get a nice med pick there. So 3 picks for the med. Almost with a late death, though. Will slow down the blue team a little bit. They do have full ad here, though. And if they're quick, I suppose they should just wait for their soldiers. But these red players, they don't have heals. They don't have buffs. So this should be a pretty easy recapture for the blue team once they get back in. And then if you're on MILF, you're just really thinking, how do we get a good 4-man off here?
Right on.
It was deep meeting. Actually, everyone on red kind of just left to go meet up with their med, so there won't be a good 4-man opportunity, it seems. They do lose Foe on Scout.
Oh, but there is an isolated player towards the ramp area, but Roamer still gets his pick on the Smokey.
Roamer, yeah, just gets Smokey. They're trying to bust through concrete, the red team is, but this like forward pressure with Wadsworth and Almos is doing a lot. We do see a soldier for demo trade here.
Oh, but the drop from Roamer! He was behind! In House. That was the guy who pressured House. But wait, Wadsworth is now on the medic now, but there should be a soldier to back up the medic, but Faw's still raining terror on the backlines, but dang, I'm surprised. I think a player died to Roamer, but it wasn't called out, I guess.
That was strange, because they lost their demo to Roamer. We actually do see here Nito with a nice pick there. Yeah, they got the demo pick through like in the forward hold, but they ended up, and we do actually have a sniper as well.
Roamer's deep. This might be a very bad death.
Ooh, does die. They have the point, and the sniper actually might do a decent job of slowing down blue as they like think about how to approach this. But I'm surprised they didn't give up the forward hold, being like down the demo there with the guy behind. Do see nice trap pick onto Oobles, and actually Blue's entire combo is just shoving this House here. And it looks like we have a pause.
This is an interesting scenario. They're pushing the House without Uber ad, or any Uber ad.
I was going to say, yeah, first impression here is that Red's at 55%, or excuse me, Blue is at 55%. Red just has this Uber. So in a situation like this, against the sniper, you could try to like pressure the point, bully them out a little bit, just because they are going to be down either a scout or a soldier. In this case, a scout. A little repause action, so maybe a player crashed. But either that or just be like sending a 4-man. But I'm not sure what this is, because keep in mind, if this fight goes poorly and Tuna dies, it's just more disad, and Red will have burned even more time, built up their lead on this point even further. So you have to be really careful about when you commit your heals and when you don't in a Koth, especially a Bagel.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see how the Cowboys try to deal with this uber disadvantaged situation. They are currently about a 45% disad, but granted the fact that they are committing through House, this may be negligible because Tuna might be overcommitted with these heals.
Yeah, they could. They're a little far back to be bombing, but they could just be walking in. We do see the bomb in. Oh my god, Almos. Fantastic bomb. And yeah, a lot of damage as well with Wadsworth
But now there's
bombing
nobody to
as
pressure off the
well.
sniper because both soldiers are dead.
That is true. Yeah, they do get the cap though, so they can kind of just lay low. Actually, look at Deprue. Oh, actually, Deprue just went down immediately. Foe is in position to take these pot shots, but Blue has this point. They can slow play
Rober's
this
behind
as much
again.
as they want.
Oh, he's the lag out. That's the pause. Oh no.
That was very unfortunate. Yeah, that completely ruined my train of thought. Okay, the sniper is still in play, just chilling in main, but pushing point with a sniper is going to be a lot harder than just holding it, especially on a map like Bagel. Oh, but just like that, Foe hits a shot, almost goes down as well in a house.
Demo too.
Yeah. Oh my god, Deprue. The nice little 2K through the house. Might get a force here as well. Does. And at this point, it's kind of catastrophic for Blue.
Oh, but wasn't on the
medic?
medic?
Oh,
he's on the medic! He gets the medic in the demo too!
Oh, I was looking at the wrong player on the wrong medic. Tuna, in the meantime, did slip out. They kind of just walked right past Deprue, who was getting back in. I don't know if they missed each other or what. But yeah, fantastic play there from Wadsworth, getting both the medic and the demo. Looks like that is where Deprue actually crashed, so that was where the pause was at. And now Deprue's actually on a respawn timer because of that, unfortunately. With Blue capping, though, only a couple seconds. And they did deny their soldier as well, so they're going to be down Almos for a few seconds here.
It looks
60
like they
seconds left for Blue. They could have considered a forward. Of course, being down that soldier. And actually, Wadsworth, I think, was kind of far back as well. So it's fine to just get some forward traps and chill out. They're building their advantage a little bit.
Oh, Bloomston is caught out here potentially to both scouts, but he managed to connect with the beam. In the meanwhile, there's a fight in lefty. Wadsworth going down, and now that opens the floodgates for a flank.
Oh yeah, Foe trying to get behind, but he's a nice shot from Bloomston, who will win that fight. Cap pressure now from Deprue, backing Smokey into the trap. Actually ends up trading for it. With 3 picks, Blue's just taking the Uber in. 98%.
Oh, they dropped their demo!
Yeah, unable to save the demo in time. Does flash the soldier, but now the force is just really bad. I mean, it would have been bad with the demo, but this is even worse. They will cap and deny their demo as well. So Blue can just heal up, take a fight with a demo advantage. All they have to do is just cap this point, hold on for 5 seconds. Bomb in from Wadsworth. So much damage on the med. Unable to fire another rocket.
Oh, but there's another flank from Almos. Great up. Yep. Great alley-oop.
There goes the med, and now Blue just get to play their heals as well. They lose both soldiers, so not too much spam damage on this point, which is nice in an overtime situation. But they're spreading enough damage, forcing these red players to back up since they don't have their heals. They're going to recap the point, and now 3 seconds left. It's really just a matter of cleaning up for these players.
Yeah, I'm thinking here, if you're a man I love Fragging, you kind of just consider that a throwaway round, considering Romer and Fods, or Deprue, they had connection issues during that. I think with how close they made it, they can be happy with the outcome of that round, regardless of losing.
Alright, going on to another mid here. Both teams just exchanging their spam. Romer actually looks like an early house shove from the red team. Foe and Romer, yeah, just taking that space. Both eating some damage. Foe in a bit of a scary spot, although Ubels actually goes down in their own flank shot, I believe. Oh my god, down 3 for Blue. They're just going to have to skedaddle out of there. Wadsworth is in a position for a play. Trying to bomb in on point, and yeah, just gets the med.
I think this is like 5th med pick so far, and we're only in the 2nd round at that.
Yeah, Wadsworth has been doing a good job of, when things are going poorly, just finding good timing to get on the med. And now kind of a repeat of the first mid, where, you know, red, they get the point, but, you know, for how long? Because their med dies and Tuna lives. Full ad for Blue. Romer trying to take a fight here in-house. Will surely be a pick. There he goes. Point will get captured, and now Blue just have full ad to do whatever they want with.
And almost getting it 2K. Yeah. They're just jumping the flanks, and they're winning all these house fights.
Ooh, Foe just drops the med, though, on point. Ooh. I don't know where he ran in from. Maybe main or something. Right, but, yeah, somewhere thereabouts. Not concrete-sided, basically. Just gets in on the med and gets a pick. Although, look at how forward all these Blue players are. Ubels was going for a play into spawn.
I think they should have bet on forcing them on point rather than pushing directly into the spawn.
I think in the lobby area, that would be like great if you could just collapse in there.
Oh.
since it's so enclosed. But
Oh, it's crits!
ooh, it is crits, and they use it. Gets 1 pick on the demo. Valuable pick at the very least. And yeah, Almos tries to bomb in, gets cleaned up as well.
Wad's
So
behind.
2 picks for the crits.
Wad's
They
in,
can be
though.
happy with that. Oh, yep.
Another pick? Yes, the
And
medic again!
Wadsworth doing what he's been doing the entire game.
Yummy.
So, we're looking at pretty much even on time. Blue, 70% Uber, and this is pretty much full ad. Looks like they want to come concrete-sided, perhaps. I have not seen a 4-man yet. There's been plenty of opportunities for it. Romer actually trying to maybe shove main here. Ooh, it doesn't get spotted.
Ooh, this is
Definitely
yummy.
going to have a nice play here on the med.
Is this a feast?
Goes for the bomb. And it is not a feast.
Oh, no. Oh, but Wadsworth, maybe he can have his feast. Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah, Wadsworth showing how it's done. Cleans up Rattlebones, who for some reason was committed there. Again, I don't know if these teams have the 4-man in their toolbox, but knowing that that would have been a nice 4-man time would also let you know that it's not really a time you want your med committing in.
Nice
We do
dip.
have Foe back on Sniper, and actually a Pudis here on Deprue.
Okay.
So they are just pulling out all the stops to try to make something happen.
Thanksgiving
Sort
came
of a
early.
forward hold going on. They're like ready to give it up with just holding like inside house, not really holding the door. The demo's backed up in house as well. So yeah, they will just be giving up the forward. And first, headshot rings out from Foe, cleaning up Wadsworth. Now with the pick to work with. The
Romer.
Pudis on point,
Over!
actually.
Oh!
Oh my god. Nice pick on the demo, and is living behind as well. Oogle's trying to take this fight. The pack isn't spawned, but Romer gets a very nice trade.
But
That,
almost got the
by all
medic in
means
the
should have
meantime.
just been a kill.
This is a 3v3
Almost
now.
got the, okay. I was about to be like, where's Wadsworth? But no, almost following in the footsteps of their soldier partner getting that medic pick. Deprue will die on point on Pudis, and at this point, not much for the red team to do. Their heals are here now, but they were kind of bleeding picks, so you really don't want to stagger things too much.
Romer has a good timing.
Although, I was going to say, yeah. Romer is behind, unspotted, gets a nice bomb in onto Tuna. They get another rocket off,
Oh!
and it's beef, unfortunately. Oh, during that, we do see Cleo capping quite
Oh,
a
and
bit.
Uber behind.
Trade happening in house as well. Sniper goes down for it. But 30 seconds left. It's hard to
Wadsworth is
imagine.
in again!
And, yeah, Wadsworth somehow gets a trade with that bomb, which is just surprising. And we're looking at
Almost a
maybe
pause.
another pause. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Short one. Do see Cleo die in the chase, which actually is going to slow down the red team quite a bit. That's going to like all but ensure
Oh,
overtime.
Smokey might lose this 1v1 versus... Oh! That was a very cool air pipe. But they have the Uber out. Deprue's going to get the pick on the
Yeah.
point. But all these players are kind of need to get focused down immediately.
Yeah, it's a 2-for-2 trade. But with this overtime, like, you're so comfortable if you're blue. Wadsworth bombing in. They lose their demo, though. Wadsworth, though, trading for the med yet again. Tuna will be going down, so it won't end up mattering too much. But despite the full white for blue, with Rattlebones dying, it's still... This round is still very blue favored. Because with that overtime, all you have to do is just spam players off point, start the cap. They have to stand on it to stop you, and you just collect your picks that way.
Well, either way, this is a good chance for Man I Love Fragging to get around, maybe within Vic Defeat's grasp, but not losing Canetto there in lefty, maybe not the best way to start.
Yeah. Do you see Foe? Making a play on point as well. Will go down, though, and down 3 now for Man I Love Fragging. Looking pretty dire for them. Cleo's quite weak as well. Rattlebones dies. It's a full cleanup, and a 2-0 lead so far for the Cowboys.
I really don't. I don't really think this is Man I Love Fragging's map pick, because a lot of these mistakes are kind of basic things that you kind of learn if you've done a map review of Bagel, like keep track of who's watching the houses. If you're gonna have a heavy, like I said, make sure all your flanks are covered. And Cowboys, I feel like their soldiers have been allowed to reign free a bit too much. We saw a lot of Wadsworth bombs. I think he had about 7 med picks that half, which is unnatural. Actually, godly for his team, because that actually accounts for almost half his kills. And really the name of the game was focus, really great focus fire, really good flanks from the soldiers, and scouts just not doing a good job on the side of Man I Love Fragging to deny these bombs from the soldiers.
Yeah, I definitely agree that Cowboy soldiers are just getting so much value right now. With Wadsworth not only just nonstop collecting kills, but Almost actually with the top damage of the server, followed by Wadsworth, I should add. They're just getting so much. And I think the counterplay there, of course, scouts denying the soldiers more, and cleaning up bombs, being more ready for bombs is of course like the reactive way to approach it, I suppose. And you could approach it proactively, where if their soldiers are bombing in this frequently and getting this much value doing so, then they are leaving up the houses to do so, and maybe shoving that more could be a potential solution. And suddenly, like, those med deaths turn into med trades, which is a much more approachable game plan.
I think one of the big things too is that Romer had two really good flanks. I think the first flank, well, he had three flanks in total that I've caught that half. The first flank, he was successful to kill the medic. That was the very first round, I think within the first minute. But the two times that the stream watched him on camera, he failed to hit his shots, which is inevitable. Playoff nerves do get to you, but in the heat of with the stakes on the line, you have to hit those shots. So considering that too, if we're already talking about flanks, like you say with flank shoves, a lot of the start of these mid fights in both of these mid fights, the flank got overwhelmed, and Oobles and I believe it was Wadsworth, or no, it was almost actually. They won their individual flank fights, and that kind of it set the tempo for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we do see Cowboys just being more aggressive a lot of the time. Looks like they are switching servers as well.
Yep, I've sent you.
I think there was some. Of course, they had the player crash, and the ping was like remarkably high. I don't know if these players are just like from South America or something, but like 130 ping is wild on a server. That's like the the 100-player server type of ping.
Yeah, he did lag out like 2 minutes into the first round, so it's unfortunate that it happens.
I guess we'll have to see what new server changes. Right now, it just kind of seems like, I mean, Cowboys aren't outmaneuvering Man I Love Fragging by any extent of the imagination.
Would you
It's
say
not
it's
like
purely out
they're.
aim then? Just better aim and better DM?
That's what it kind of feels like, because it's not like there's just super forward holds that are just burning a ton of time and winning rounds for Cowboys. In fact, they've been like caught with their pants down, stuck in a forward hold after having already lost their demo and being with a soldier behind. So I don't think it's just hard outplay in a calling or planning kind of way. It just does seem like Cowboys are just winning more fights and hitting more things, and that's just winning them the round. Well, on top of the fact that their medic is dying in less opportune. Well, not only dying less, actually, that is something we should mention.
That is true.
Tuna died less, sure, but died 3 times less than Rattlebones, and it can just be insanely difficult to win a Koth, to win anything, but especially a Koth with that many med deaths, and especially that much of a med death differential. So
yeah, 10 to 3 deaths. You got to also consider the fact that Wild Tuna did drop twice in that match. The Ubers, it doesn't matter if you drop their medic if your medic just dies to follow up. So very unfortunate on that regard for Man I Love Fragging. But I mean, if there's anything to take away from that half, at least Cleo or Clio, not sure. I'll just go with Cleo. 10 and 6, 355 DPM, going damage positive for that half. At least their pocket soldier 2 Ponders showing up to the play. I think really right now, if we go into the second half, I'm looking towards more passiveness, not dying too early on the flank, calming more. Okay, somebody's shoving house, or I'm not watching house. I'm not watching righty. I'm not watching lefty, and just keeping track of these soldier bombs on the scouts because you got to be positioned around your medic to deny those every single time. It doesn't matter if they're high bombing or not. They should at least be chipped down to at least like 50 minimum HP before they land.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes
And
it's
I
also
think
on the medic to also just dodge the movement if it's just like really telegraphed.
yeah, I mean, hitting serfs is, that last line of defense for sure. It does seem like most of the value Wadsworth is getting is in timing. Of course, like still hitting the shots when it matters, when they're actually executing the bomb. But there's been times where like fights are going poorly. They might lose a guy and, Blue's still fighting. And it does look like Wadsworth is maybe thinking about going for that salvage bomb on the med before it's maybe even necessary. So it's not like this is some miracle player that is just always going to kill your med and win every fight. Like there is definitely things being left on the table for this to be happening that MILF can take advantage of for sure. So if I'm red team, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
With the extended halftime as Man I Love Fragging's players try to situate their internet issues, we can do another quick shout out to the TFTCC Cup. Like I said before at the start of the stream, if you did miss it, though, don't worry. We can fill you in right now. Competitive Sixes Cup for new players at TF2, I believe. Also, there's an hour requirement. I think you need 500 hours. 200 hours? No, 200 hours in TF2 to participate in this cup. If you have virtually no experience at all, no UGC, no ESEA, no RGL experience, this is the cup for you. You'll be playing with 5 other players who are just as new as you. You'll be mentored by a very high level player. I think Sage J, who's playing in main plus right now, is one of those players coaching the cup. Are you coaching the cup, Rumpus?
Not this time around. Although I might be doing some stuff on YouTube to help some coaches out or something. I don't know. We'll see.
It's good to hear. Maybe you can cast for us on August 27th, 26th, and the 27th. But to move forward with that, TF2CC, exclamation mark TF2CC in the chat. Join the Discord server. That's where you'll find all the information on how to get into the cup. There are also dates here on screen of when like the whole sign up process is, when you'll start training. I believe it's August 4th to 25th. And then it all culminates into a prize pool that is also supported by Manco Store. I believe they contributed $70 to the prize pool. So more keys on the line. You know, the stakes are high here, Rumpus.
Yep. So it looks like these players are trickling in. As far as ping goes, it definitely looks better for the players in the server as the last one. So hopefully the players on MILF are going to be a little more comfortable here.
So probably should reiterate game plans, maybe. Because I know
I actually wanted to bring up something completely unrelated. What is the Twitch plugin or whatever for Soldier Smile? I can't see.
I think it's 7TV. I changed your icon on stream to show you
I
what
can tell. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, there's like so many 7TV. Okay, because I have like better Twitch TV that I've had for a while. All right, I'll get that so that I can be one of the invite players circle jerking the random emotes in chat.
You remember when I think Zilly posted in the chat and you were like something like invite player, like he was talking about, oh my gosh, it's Sheridan Space Ghost, and then you like copied something, you like a circle jerk invite player or something like that, and then he copied it.
I forget what the phrasing was, but I asked if he was like, what was it? I asked if he was like a cringe ego invite player or a humble chiller. And obviously, like a lot of them must have like been in Mumble and got a kick out of that because that just became the copy pasta for the next like 5 minutes.
No, that was a really good joke, honestly. I was laughing my ass off during the entirety of that.
That's one thing TF2 can be pretty undefeated in, is the
copy pastas are goated here.
Sometimes you just watch the most boring game of your entire life, but it's like still a great time just because chat is having fun.
I need some soldier smiles in the chat, guys, because I changed Rumpus's icon. We could do wide duck sniffa maybe at some point, but I'll just keep his icon right now instead of the cat. That's a cat, right? your profile photo normally?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well, 12 players are in the server. Gosh, we're waiting on them to
Yep.
ready up. I believe Cowboys have readied up. Fragging has not. So, name of the game, let's reiterate it. Man, I love fragging. More comms on when stuff is not being watched in the houses. Scouts need to be, basically at this point being bodyguards for the medic. Like, literal VIP escort. Don't let Wadsworth get value out of his bombs. Almost and Oobles need to be shut down on the flank. They can't lose 2 players at the start of every mid-fight. Cleo, just keep up what you're doing, and so same goes for Pondes. I think his name is Canetto in the game, so.
Yep. And then I did predict, we are starting here actually. I did predict the 4-2 for Man I Love Fragging with no like consciousness or recognition of who these teams were.
Roll out. No.
My new prediction is the first team that goes for a 4-man when it makes sense wins the match. We are here on a new mid. Looks like Smokey and Cleo actually both getting quite aggressive quite early on. Actually, complete shove here into foe from Oobles and Almos.
They put 3 in the house to shut it down. That's great.
Ball. Yeah, and now down a player. See a lot of aggression from Red on point. Wadsworth trying to get that pick on the med, but does get cleaned up. Now 2 soldier picks. Should be a pretty free point.
Romer flank.
But look at Romer. Nice flank here. Hitting some nice rockets. There goes Bloomston. Gets cleaned up off the damage. And actually, DePrew wants more. They all want more. They are shoving into house here. A little ambitious. Romer does go down for it. And that's going to be kind of a long spawn because, Red did get the point. So they're going to have to defend this down a soldier for the time being. Cleo just getting some forward traps.
Nobody checks push.
Yeah, we'll see if someone walks on it, though. We can expect to potentially see an exchange here soon. They're actually just capping the point. Down a soldier with that Uber. Canetto goes down, actually. No reason to just straight up give up the point, but Oodle's actually getting in on the med, unable to really get much damage, so not in too much danger for Rattlebones. And suddenly, we don't see Red just cap back. Foe trying to get aggressive in house.
And there's the
Uber
almost
does
point.
get popped, yeah. You see the force from Rattlebones. They lose both scouts during the mix, so not too much to do here. Should just leave, most likely. Wadsworth potentially caught in here. Actually, just barely.
Oh, they got forced by Canetto, flanking from ramp side.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice play. Romer is in a good position, but we'll just jump out. Gets a demo and gets an air shot. You say, I'll let the audience decide if that was worth. Down both soldiers, though, for Red, and they don't have the point. Blue did deny their demo, so definitely should be able to get back in quickly and get some cap pressure if you're MILF here. Seems to be what's happening here almost with the bomb, though. It's a decent rocket onto Rattlebones, who's 20 HP. Wadsworth might want something here as well. Yeah, cleans up foe while going for the med. So ultimately, never mind. There goes the demo. I was going to say even numbers. Red did get the cap, but they're losing quite a bit for it. So, they're just going to have to get out. And even Uber soon, not really even add to play.
At this point, the Cowboys, they need to take the dog out to the back. Cock the gun, pull the trigger, Nobody needs to know about it. Because this is what it's looking like right now. Bagel is not looking too good. And not even worse.
The demo. No counter pop yet. Toon is just holding on to this. Does use now. But Wadsworth is here to clean up. His players were Ubered for a little bit longer, so he's only going to get a soldier for now. Romer going in, DePrew going in. They really want this med pick. Foe dies as well. And at this point, down 3, this is just a free forward hold if you're the Cowboys. Although, they don't seem to be going for it. Looks like they're just going to be chilling out.
There's a huge contrast in, how aggressive Cowboys are with holding when they have the point versus when Man I Love Fragging have the point.
I was going to say, yeah. We'll say Almos actually just walks in and gets the med.
Well, they did a 4-man,
good
kind of ish.
Double soldier action. I think that they just tried to dry, and then Wadsworth and Almos said, no, you're going to 4-man, including your medic. Looks like, it's kind of just forward hold mayhem right now. But
I'm very scared when we go to product now.
You were totally right that the sheer contrast of like point gameplay between these two teams was wild. Where Red gave up the point just being down a soldier. Ooh, and almost a nice bomb. Gets 2, including the medic yet again.
Yeah.
Tuna's just had this full
Canello's
ad.
on the
And
back.
oh,
Force,
yeah, gets a nice force. Cleo is caught. Canetto goes down. Foe kind of hiding around house. Oh, Oodles knows. Oodles has a buff as well, so it should be a win for them. It is 5 seconds left. It's pretty much just we have to feed for the point. But feed for the point they do, and they're cleaning up somehow. Rattlebones does go down. Smoky bombs and hits a nice pipe. But there's decent cleanup on the point for Red so far. It's hard to call so far. Gonna be Canetto versus Smoky. Smoky is on this high ground, which is definitely nice, but soldiers can bomb. Oh, but
They don't
the
play the
cap
point.
time. Yeah. Yeah, during the rollout is surely enough time to talk about how, you know, Red just giving up the point straight up, being down a soldier or something, versus Blue, who will just hold on tooth and nail. That's going to win you a Koth round, and that's exactly like what you should be doing in Koth, is just holding the point as long as possible and capping it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, definitely try to take your Ubers in more forward if you are
Early shove. Almost first to fall, though. Oobles is able to get out, but now down a soldier for Blue team. Although, yeah, Foe gets in pretty early and then gives them that counter pick. Does get traded with Oobles, though. Oh, but Cleo dies. Must have been a carpet or just good spam.
Wadsworth is going to bomb on 124. A bit overzealous at that, but does make it out alive, thankfully. So.
Yeah, so much cap time, though, for Blue. Like, all they have to do here is cap. They don't have to, like, wipe Red or anything, although Almo's in from behind with Wadsworth. The double soldier shove through house, and they are just annihilating everyone. Foe is on sniper, hits a nice headshot, but actually no cap yet, and Romer gets through house.
And so is Canetto! Nice bomb!
Yeah, Canetto with the second bomb. Cleo actually bombing as well. They just all wanted that med pick. Foe with another... Oh, Foe is hitting these headshots. Somehow, if you told me at the start of the mid that a sniper 2K would close it out, I would not have believed you.
It's all good. They have point now, but considering their positioning, I mean, even with a sniper, you could just have the sniper position in main. You could play a little more forward on point, and really have to worry about the houses. But instead, they're collecting a play back on plat, and Cleo's the only one forward for the squad.
Yeah. Romer's doing a decent job of spamming. It's going to stop some point pressure for the time being. But yeah, Cleo's just in no man's land right now. They are just playing their heals passively here. I think this is just a not understanding where to play and even Ubers, because their positioning is... Oh, and almost still just bombs in and gets the med despite that passive positioning. They lose 3 for it, so...
but Romer got the... Or Canetto got the...
Very nice counter bomb there. So we'll see. They might deny a soldier, but they don't deny the med. That is good. And it looks like they know. They're going to hold off on that cap. And it's going to be pretty much even on the clock, but it's going to be ticking in favor of Red now.
Yeah.
I think I heard a shot as well. Almost going to have to go back and resup off that. Now the sniper's not looking too terrible with the point control. Some aggressive positioning, but if MILF... Oh, 4-man actually coming in here. Smokey does go down. Kind of a disconnected 4-man.
Oh, was on the medic! Doesn't get it. Oh, but still got it.
They still get the med and 3 picks somehow. Oh, Wadsworth was in behind. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say that was like a very staggered 4-man of just the demo dying. You don't want them to be able to like shoot one player at a time, you know? Wadsworth is still behind. 3 sniper pick there. Point gets recaptured.
And Wadsworth is holding up main
here.
Wow.
Romer does die, and now the forward hold can resume. The same forward hold we saw.
Oh, they have Uber. They're going to take this into aggro.
They could very well.
Those are left to dry, though. Wadsworth gets dropped, but the HP is so bad that nobody on MILF can capitalize on that.
It looks like they're going to try and get through lower here. They have a sniper, which I didn't even consider sniper as a forward hold breaking asset. Smokey's actually peeking main. Scout gets on them, but just hits 2 pipes and survives. So.
Oh, and Ubel's in on the medic, just 2 shots him. Drive by.
God. And there goes Cleo. Meadows falling. Roamer is still going in, waiting on the pack. But yeah, I mean, it's already been like a minute burned. They're down Smokey, so no demo. Roamer bombing in, dies pretty early on. Although maybe that distracted just enough for
And
them to
Ubel
get
is
through the
going for
doorway.
round 2 again. Oh,
There's
close.
so much damage being spread though that it's hard to imagine these players actually getting through cleanly. And yeah, they're just getting cleaned up. Foe is snucking. That's not a word. Is sneaking behind. I was
They
going to say
know?
is snuck behind, but
They know! They saw
they
him.
do know. They spotted. There goes Foe.
And Wadsworth is behind 2 onto Roamer. Oh, yeah, me too, Timmy.
this I think this round and this map are very quickly unraveling. Where at this point, it seems like MILF are just committed to getting this Uber and trying to take an exchange into the forward, which last time around they did drop their demo, so very straightforward game plan. You know, don't do that. And it looks like Cleo's actually peeking.
They finally have Uber, though, to try to push out here. They could potentially
Cleo
take
gets
this
a
in.
pick. They do use. They're getting 2 picks for 2, but one of their is a demo.
Oh, great.
Wadsworth dies though.
And Roamer can pinch.
Yeah, the doors are open here for sure. Ooh, but these 2 players behind. Okay, they end up trading out their players ultimately, and they get the cap. Deny a scout for it, but that could be worse. Cleo is on the way.
This could be the start of something.
2 seconds left. It's still definitely favored for Cowboys here, even Ubers, even numbers, and we've seen how good they are about pressuring the point.
Oh, and Uber's just walking on the Cleo!
Exactly, yeah, just man. Rattlepone's actually getting attacked there in Wadsworth. Some revenge for the first half, I suppose, and they do wipe blue straight up. Well, not in the literal sense. Tuna is alive, which is quite important here, preserving the Ubers. So it should be about even Ubers by the time this fight starts. But again, Rattlebone's just played so passively on concrete. This is surely these guys just have not been told the correct positioning here because they are just playing very passively in situations where you can just play evens and play normal. And because of that, look at that. Just
they need to go point C9!
Yeah. That's exactly what happens when you're that far back. They just walk on point and, like, what can you do, you know? Recapture from blue, so there's that. Or, excuse me, from red. Overtime was secured for Cowboys. Wadsworth bombing in. Gonna clean up Roamer.
Oh, and Kineto with
even
the flank.
Ubers.
This could be yummy!
Oh,
yeah. It's not a feast. He got stale expired bread.
Down both soldiers as well. 10 seconds left. Blue is getting in here, bombing their demo actually, who might just die. No, Smokey will be living so much cap time. And these players are just getting cleaned up on point. Foe, its last line of defense, and that's that.
Well then, I mean, not the result anybody expected considering the seeding of these teams, but it is how it is, especially when you don't understand the map too well.
Yeah, I think that's just a matter of because it's not only you stand here in this time, but you stand here because of this, where you can get told on even Ubers you're supposed to stand here, but when you actually get told you're supposed to stand here because if you stand over here they get to just walk in, and if you stand here you're too close and feeding, then I think that becomes internalized easier, and it's easier for them to reason through things instead of just try to recall from memory. But yeah, that definitely the latter couple rounds, it came down to that. Overall, I'd say, of course, there's a lot of action and it's Koth, so it's hard to have one thing be the problem. But when you just can't hold point long because your demo has no heals if they're forward and they just back up and give it up, you're not going to be winning many Koth rounds, unfortunately.
Well, we have the logs up on screen, and my 2 MVPs, at least players to watch, Ubels and Smokey, doing their job, but clearly, if you look at the bigger picture, it was the soldiers on the Cowboys, almost in Wadsworth, showing up to play today. Top damaging for their team. In comparison, you could say the same thing for the soldiers on Man I Love Fragging, but it wasn't enough in the end. But that's
I think I just realized why Bagel is so popular.
Explain.
Because, so you have two nefarious forces in this world. You have
Okay.
the scout players, which are particularly evil, and then you have the soldier players. And when it comes to map selection, most of the maps are pretty good for scout, and some maps are just like scout maps. And then some maps are soldier maps. For most maps, the soldier maps, the scouts just hate, like a gully watch or something, just because it comes at scouts' detriment. But on a bagel, it's kind of both, where it is a soldier map in that like soldiers have crazy pop-offs on it. But no, scout can do a lot as well. So I think for that reason, the soldier and the scout cabals can find some common ground. And it comes at the cost of the demos, which is such a shame, but we'll get over it.
Rumpus, I think I remember your first match. Like, I think it was against your first match was against Chat CCP, and I remember I looked at your logs because now that you mentioned the Misery of the Demo Man, I looked at your logs from that match, and it was not pretty. I think you went like 3-27. So yeah, I can definitely see where
Probably,
you're coming from. I can see your past experiences have shaped the viewpoints that you have now
all
today.
right. I'd like the record to show that that team was disqualified for having a cheater. Just on the record. Yeah. But we are on product now, which what can we say about this? This is maybe one that snuck in there. Well, it's been the only Koth for a long time. So that's kind of how it got its foot in the door. And I want to say the big sniper lobby might be the ones keeping it around, because this is
This is a map you
really
personally hate.
this is probably my least favorite map in the rotation. Just because I think it's not. I'm not gonna like sit here and trash talk the map we're about to watch, but definitely full time sniper is a big downside. Not a class I'm very fond of. Not gameplay that's very fun, which we might actually see some of because Foe was enjoying the sniper on Bagel, and we saw some decent success there as well. So definitely could be a wrench in the plans of Cowboys. Playing against that sniper on a map that's much more tailored to sniper gameplay.
Well,
But
you say
outside of the
that
sniper, it's
with the
also just
soldiers.
kind of it's like a very default map. It's not I just like some spice and some flavor in my maps. That's the same reason I'm not too fond of process as well. Is just I want something more. I want some taste, you know?
You say that, but I mean, if they have Foe and Sniper, then they're also only gonna have one Scout, and then you're playing against Almost and Wadsworth. So
That's
I
true.
mean, if they want to pull up the Witness thing from last Ice series, they could have the heavy on Clef to deny the Soldier Bombs if they
Heavy
want.
Cliff is that's powerful for sure. I think, yeah, Almos and Wadsworth are definitely going to be strong cases for not running the sniper. I understand the argument to having a soldier switch to sniper instead of a scout, and that's what I'll tell people as well if I'm like mentoring them or whatever. But I'm not fully convinced that it even matters. I'm gonna be honest. Like, yeah, I really don't know. Maybe in like high invite, where you know you'd rather have like jayy on scout than on soldier, but even then, like, I don't know, hard to tell.
Well, we can only see if it'll make a difference right now, and we won't know if they'll actually run the single set Scout, single Sniper comp to mids for Man I Love Fragging. I can tell that the Cowboys are just going to stick to what works. I mean, the cookie cutter setup really worked for them on that last map, but I kind of also have to throw it to the fact that Man I Love Fragging just didn't have a really good grasp on how to play Bagel. So maybe things can turn out differently for this map, but we are going live into the first round. 1-0
Oh
is
yeah,
the score for the BO3. If Cowboys win this, Man I Love Fragging is eliminated. So, and Almost is on Sniper. So
yeah, just sniper to mid. Foe on sniper as well to mid. So we'll see how this SVS mid fight goes.
and they have a heavy.
Oh
Do they
yeah,
hear me?
Roamer is on heavy, and Cleo actually first to fall. Smokey dies though, so it's a demo trade, but Wadsworth doing what he does best, does ultimately clean up Rattlebones, or rather Bloomstun does off of the damage. Although, a bit of a deep chase from MILF here. Despite losing their med, they should be happy to just, like, get point.
Oh, and Deprue is in on the medic.
Yeah, gets piped as well. Foe hits a nice SVS headshot, though, to clean up Almos, who is deep peeking that. And look at where Roamer's at. I didn't even know you could get here as a heavy. Let's see if it works. Yeah.
Oh, it's yummy! It's a beast!
I definitely get a pick. I was ready to just trash talk the Thomas slot there after that scout lift, though. But either way, they get the demo pick and the force, so a nice heavy play there from Roamer. Wadsworth bombing in, though. Getting a decent rocket on Rattlebones. Can they get another off? They will not. They actually get headshot. And Red has the point this whole time, bear in mind. So all this chaos is kind of benefiting them. We do see...
Oh, Smokey's doing so much damage to the medic, though.
Oh, bomb in from Kineto. Gets the med. Might get more. So much damage on Smokey. Does get the trade with the demo as well. And now it should be a free point capture. It's just a matter of keeping your meds safe, just keeping all your bases covered. This Putis on point is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
This is a huge thing if you win the mid, too. Like, if you win the mid, that heavy is hard to break.
Deprue also just ran deep into main and cleaned up Almo on Sniper. So now, very powerful position for MILF here, just to hold the point for a while.
Up until their Sniper dies.
Yeah, where was Foe?
He was towards concrete. Their grass.
Oh, yeah, in their grass. Okay, it makes sense that they died then. Point pressure coming in from blue. Actually, a lot. They might just get this cap.
This heavy should be dead momentarily. There you go.
Yeah. They lose the cap and their Putis, and they're just leaving. They had full ad. I don't know what the reasoning was there.
Oh, you're right.
Foe going for a deep peek here. It's an SVS. Almost is buffed, though.
Wadsworth dying here could spell trouble. They still don't have Uber yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but
and almost hits a headshot as well. This is tough for the red team. This is like still ad. I mean, it's gonna be even now, but man, they just.
Oh, but Ubel! Wait, how did he get there? How did he on clip?
Oh, how did Ubels get there? And they didn't get any kills yet. They die. Okay, blue just loses 3. So suddenly that very difficult puzzle they had to deal with just kind of solved itself. Yeah, Kineto is bombing in onto Wadsworth. And we'll get the pick.
Wow, these teams are really afraid to take Uber exchanges now that you're mentioning it.
Yeah. Well, on one hand, how do you take an exchange with a heavy? And on the other hand, how do you take an exchange into a heavy? Yeah, Deprue's just deep-peeking this.
Oh, they're going
Kineto.
all in.
Oh my god.
But this is a bad death.
They just lose 2. The 2-for-1 trade is not worth, especially when you don't have the point there. So it's really up to a demo, a medic, and then 2 off classes to hold the point. The trap kill is a nice start, though.
He needs to get exchanged right now.
This
is the time.
Like, this is the position where, like, this is what you have the heavy for, but it's just not doing anything. Wadsworth trying to bomb in behind. Does go down. Body shot, actually. And now with a pick to work with, they're definitely going to want to pressure the point. Deprue running in. Bomb in from Kineto just gets the force. It's just a matter of how much they lose for it. Rattlebones does use. Kineto did die for the force, but Red's Uber is much better. Uber's getting chased down here. He's maybe able to survive here. Yeah, gets bowed. Will be a recapture here from the red team.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. Deprue is going to think better about pressing Clef, and he might fall now. Wait, he's actually on the demo. Is Smokey not here to call out? No.
Bomb in from Wadsworth onto the Putis on his head. Roamer doesn't know, but gets the scout before getting traded out. And the headshot gets Tuna as well. This is all sorts of chaos. The fact that Red has the point here definitely helps them. Almost posted up on Sniper. They are just not going to cap the point here, it seems. So, almost. Even more time for the red team.
Yeah, it's really hard to analyze this match when there's like a bunch of mini fights going on with the Kineto bomb coming in, but let's get the Sniper, so that means retake by the Cowboys, but they do have a 40-second.
Yeah, and as if there wasn't enough chaos already, we see Smokey switch to the lock and load as well. Headshot Foe does not get the force, and actually,
Smokey?
Some character development from Romer here. Switched off the Tomislav onto stock.
Oh yeah, I know
And
you're definitely loving
immediately,
that.
I am loving that. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we see the Uber used in. Tuna doesn't have only 80%.
Oh,
Can
Kaneto's
they
on the medic!
collapse? Kaneto gets the pack to survive and shoot another rocket. DePrew with the cleanup and a nice pick on the Bloomston and Oobles. Oh, DePrew
Yummy!
knows where the sniper's at. DePrew wants the 4K. Go get that sniper.
Yummy! I love to see it, the Prue.
Oh, and I wasn't even looking at my HUD there, but Red lost 3 during that, including their medic. So it's actually still just like even Ubers. Nice trap from Cleo. Gets Smokey. As we're trying to bomb in. There is a Pootis on Cliff. But the Pootis gets headshot. Oh my god. Almost on a 5K right now. I think just killed 2 players in that fight. So, it's really down to the wire here. Ooh, Winesworth bombing in on a sniper. Nice movement there from Foe to live.
He's gonna go for the medic now. This could be a good sync.
And Winesworth does go down. Yeah, but yeah, down to the wire. A collective 10 seconds on the clock between both teams. We are looking at pretty much a double overtime here. It's really just a matter of who's dying next in this fight. Cleo going down definitely puts Red on the back foot. Uber gets popped from blue team. There is no cap time, and yeah, it just kind of ends.
I mean, I can't really tell you what to analyze in that match from that round, other than like, well, you know, the off classes, they're kind of working, but if they're gonna keep utilizing this heavy, like you said, Rumpus, they need to be able to take aggressive exchanges on point, because the heavy is really just meant for soldier denial, but the sniper's just not able to utilize it too much because they're backing up so much in the combo.
Yeah, another example of not just learning what to do, but why. We do see Almos hits that first headshot onto Foe, wins the SVS. Cleo actually in an uncomfortable position on Cliff. Standing still for a bow in the sniper sight line does go down. And yeah, this fight is pretty much over. It's just a matter of how costly it's going to end up being.
And he gets the headshot on the meta.
Well, might as well trying to leave. So it's going to be very costly, it seems.
I mean,
well, full ad now for blue. Are they going to go forward hold?
Well, they have a spy now. Oh, he was going to go spy.
Maybe. I was going to. Nah, probably not off class checking.
I mean, if they just play back on point and the social sniper just positions himself crates, he can deny the cliff entry, but I just think so.
It just hits the headshot. Winesworth was hiding on China, gets a nice bomb onto Romer, but does clean up. It's ultimately a trade.
And Cleo's in on the medic? The soul
is
sack?
Bombing in. Looks like they were trying to go for some type of staggered forming. Kaneto with a nice rocket to clean up the scout, but this is now definitely a late death. Yeah, I guess they were, they're just still building with their combo in spawn, so I'm assuming it was a 4-man. And Romer actually on scout now.
Okay, so no heavy. They're going to try to focus more on soldier denial here. Almost that was in a good position, but they do pop
just
Uber
use
immediately.
through. This is going to be a much, much better Uber for blue. They do end up using. Just who's going to die for it. Kaneto does go down. Sniper very vulnerable. Actually, that's really all. And actually, Bloomston almost overchases there. Is able to go. Winesworth dies, though. Nice headshot from Foe. Oh, but almost headshots right back. And there goes DePrew. At this point, it's hard to tell what's going on for sure. Kaneto is on a flank. Might get a nice bomb here. Bloomston, though, is just playing that high ground. So bombs are going to be tough.
Oh my gosh, there's
nice headshot. Yeah, the last 3 kills were all just headshots. And somehow they just get the point. DePrew is deep chasing. Foe on 10 HP as well. They got headshot with just a little buff remaining. Kaneto is behind. Just trying to jump around, trying to live. Almost gets middied. And yeah, things are kind of settled down. Never mind, there goes the demo.
I don't think
the second you think that it's settled, nope, there goes the demo. That's going to stall the blue team for sure. They're moving their sniper to Cliff. And this is where slow playing your sniper is just really bad if you're the blue team, because you are just burning time off the clock. You definitely want to be making something happen quick.
Oh, this man almost walked into the sight line.
Bomb in onto point. Scout gets in on the sniper as well and gets the... Actually, yeah, does get the pick. They get 3 picks, actually, for a soldier. Totally happy with that if you're the blue team.
Here's an exchange
Uber
that the
gets
Laper spawns
used.
at least.
Counter pop almost actually gets flashed and saved as well. So Deprue and Rattlebones. Ooh, one of them's caught. They're both caught. Headshot from Alamos cleans up the med. And this is looking really bad for MILF. Down a med. It's disad.
It's really hard to keep
And
track of who's
40
sniping and
seconds
who's
left.
getting kills.
Yeah, honestly.
They're just
You
waiting on
look
the
up and you're like,
snipers.
you want to say one name in the kill feed, but no, that's the player that died. It's still Almos getting the kills. It's still Foe getting the kills. Okay, so there isn't Ubers on the table yet, so Red can take a normal fight with, you know, even numbers right now. But they want to get this point quick, and they want to get that force on Tuna if they can in the least costly way possible. But you don't want to be wasting too much time. Wadsworth actually bombing in there. Cleans up Foe with an assist body shot. Nice headshot onto Kineto. And it's all falling apart.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Maybe Foe can make it to the point in time on Sniper with the grapple hook. But nope, actually just gets headshot. And yeah, that was crazy. Almost with like a super pop off, to say the least. Just hitting nonstop shots. Like the wrench is no longer just in the gears; it has like permanently shaped to the gears and is now changing how the machinery functions.
I mean, that was some sick shots. I don't know what else to say from it.
Yeah, let me pull up this log, see what see if it agrees with what I just saw. And yep, it does. Is Almost like a sniper main?
I don't believe so. That's kind of
Yeah, either way.
crazy.
Definitely a sniper pop off here. What else is there to look at? Armor with a lot of Pootis. Yeah, I don't know. Med Death's definitely more comparable this time around. I mean, there was definitely some good fight by MILF that first half, getting one of those rounds down to basically double overtime. But it just seemed like they weren't focused on what really mattered. It looked like they were kind of just throwing themselves at the next fight and just playing fight to fight without really thinking about the cap time, without thinking about the clock, without thinking about the things that directly win you the game versus, you know, winning fights and picks and Ubers only indirectly win you the game by making your cap time and point pressure and all that more effective.
Look, all I'm gonna say is Almost Bored Junior? Is Almost Bored Junior? Oh my god knows, because this guy, those are some crispy shots towards the end. I mean,
Pretty.
really, if you just, I think they're just abusing the fact that I really hate to sound like a broken clock here, but the fact that they're just abusing the passiveness of who is it? Sorry, man, I love fragging. They're able to play the sniper so well around it because there's only been a few times where Kineto has been able to get behind, and even then, usually I believe it's not Ubels, it's usually Bloomston who's actually hovering around the sniper. So it's really nice to see that while they do have a sniper on the side of the Cowboys, they're also very well versed in the fact that soldiers will try to abuse the concrete flank to wrap around into cliff to kill their sniper. So they're not necessarily leaving their sniper on an island to dry either. So to me, what I see here is just a huge difference in team play from both teams. And I can't tell whether it's just due to one of these teams having a mentor and the other one not. But whoever has you can clearly tell who's had a mentor and who's map reviewed and went over like fundamentals and demo reviews. So that's just what I see from the Cowboys. Man, I love Fragging. They have a chance, but it's very slim right now at this point, and I really want to see something change in the second half. And whether that be like taking more aggressive exchanges on DePrew, whether that be Roamer.
We are ready.
Oh,
yeah. As far as like things to improve for MILF here, definitely like I think abuse the flank more. Don't just shove concrete or shove connector to bomb the med, but actually get behind. And yeah, as you mentioned, like take those exchanges because sniper is like a liability if you're playing close in that exchange. We are looking at a new mid. DePrew, really aggression on point, but it is not cappable yet. And Tuna actually ate some spam at the start, although Roamer will be the first to go down. Kanito needs a bow. They do trade out the scout pick, but Tuna at this point is very weak. Kind of forced to back up entirely, and that should definitely give Red the opportunity to cap the point. Demo trade on point as well. DePrew wants this sniper pick, though. Be chasing, getting on almost.
And DePrew might fall here too. So that means they can re-push. I mean, at least the sniper pick is there, but DePrew's going to fall momentarily.
Yeah. They really chased deep there. They could have just gotten the point as well and just been happy with that. But they really wanted that sniper pick. But it came too late and the spawners were there. And at this point, Foe actually is going to be caught. And suddenly this is looking quite bad for Red.
Yeah, spawns were only just coming up right then and there from Man I Love Fragging. So Sniper pushed the boundaries too much. And almost now has free range to shoot under cliff here. Fully charged too.
Yeah. Just happy with these angles on rock. Never jumping around. They're just starting their approach. They're definitely slow playing this. One thing as well that Kaneko does go down. They seem to be like playing for the SVS in a lot of these times to deal with the sniper, and that's just quite slow and not really what you want when you're trying to get that point. Having only one soldier as well just makes getting on the sniper all the more difficult, I think. Both scouts actually going quite low. Uber gets popped, does get the sniper, and a soldier as well. And that's exactly... Oh, but Tuna dies in the post. Chase too deep. Wadsworth trying to bomb in. The salvage is coming in now. They get Roamer. Nice pipe on the Bloomston. Is going to stop their aggression. Oobles does get the demo.
Oobles legacy.
DePrew able to get this scout. Yep, will be able to. 14 HP. I think that's exactly how much that scouter got shot did. And Almos. Oh, Almos gets a trade somehow. But Red will get this point. They do deny their scout, so DePrew's going to be quite slow to come. And they do have Roamer actually on scout, so I guess we're having that extra scout can be quite nice.
Yeah, moment of hesitancy from Man I Love Fragging to finally counterpop that Uber, but drop 2. That could have worked, ended very badly for them, but to see them in this situation is a miracle.
Bomb in from Wadsworth. We'll just be chilling in connector.
Ooh, great.
Oh my god, pipes from Cleo. Gets both scouts, and now the collapse is coming in. DePrew is chasing them out. Smokey is caught here in this corner. Well, maybe it's Kanito who's caught. Tuna does go down to DePrew, though, who will now turn around and clean up the demo.
He cleans up both the medic and the demo.
It's a 2v1. This is a winnable 2v1 for Oobles. Both these guys are pretty weak.
Oh, but he grabbed the pack.
Does get the pack. So ultimately, no one will die there. Yeah, great play there from MILF. Nice collapse. They lost a soldier during that, which was unfortunate, but they're already spawned and healthy, so no harm, no foul.
Singular sticky trap outside the cliff doors, but that's eventually cleared. Oobles is running rampant onto the sniper, and he might win this fight against the scout. Oh, they're both missing their shots. But oh, the tracking on the pistol so good, and he pulls out the sword. No. Okay,
all that for a scout for sniper trade. Oh, the aggression, though. They just get 2 picks. Running under Japan. Smokey might be caught here to Roamer. Does go down. And suddenly, like, MILF just kind of ran forward and got 3 picks.
I think they're starting to make an adjustment now. I've started to see a lot more aggressive holds behind pocket and a lot more aggression from Cleo. So this is really good to see.
Kind of.
They're starting to pressure the sniper
even with
more.
that, like, shove forward, including their demo, like, their heals are still just not in the mix.
True.
Where, I think that might be, there goes Oodles to a trap. That might pose a problem. Foe getting headshot down to 7 HP. Point pressure coming in from Bloomston. Oh, in the meantime, Kaneko was behind. Gets a pick on the Wadsworth. It's just trying to live behind as long as possible, draw these eyes.
He's forced up the
Force
Uber with
comes
that
out.
pressure too.
Yeah. And this, I don't like the, actually I do like the leave entirely because they're down 2. That does make sense. But if it was even numbers, then a repop there would have made more sense for sure. We see the recap from the blue team. Minute 30, though, for Cowboys to burn off
Almost
the clock.
is trained. Oh, no,
Milf,
he gets off the angle of Cliff. So now they can take a closer Uber, maybe behind pocket.
yeah, Milf has this full ad as well. And only 13 seconds on the clock. So all you need to do is just take this Uber in, get the point. I really hope they didn't forget its ad, because now they're just bleeding players. Take the Uber. Wait, where's their heals?
It's grass. They're
not even
waiting for
in
all
yet.
their players. But their flank was already out beforehand, and then they waited for the spawn wave.
Even now. Yeah, they could have just got in cliffside. They were already in cliffside, then they rotated out, but now it's dead even, and they're still using in like it's ad. Tuna's just going to pop back. Oh, they get 2, though.
Wait,
Smoky,
yummy.
That's worth. There's 3 players behind for the red team right now, and they're just cleaning up everyone. It's a feast.
It's
Yeah,
a
they just need to
buffet.
pop them
Oh, country buffet. Oh, over here in Cliff, it's just the 2 scouts left. They're getting focused down eventually, and I think Romer and Bo got all the kills in that, and they actually switched off of sniper onto scout.
At this point, 10 seconds left. This is where you just trap up the point. Smokey in a little prematurely. It's kind of a trickle feed from these blue players. They get to Prue, but yeah, it's just not going to be enough. That fight just got won by that blue exchange. Yeah, I'm curious what the Deprue soldier would look, because they were extremely aggro on Scout. So maybe having that aggro soldier could be nice. That being said, just right back to Scout.
Uh-oh, Fo's AFK though.
We saw. Fo is AFK.
He was back, he's back.
Maybe.
We're good. Yeah, a good switch up there towards the end. These adjustments are good right now for mana left fragging. I just want to see them keep it up now. The momentum's in their favor.
Romer meat shutting the demo, but ends up dying for it. So now, with a pick to work with, we see all this aggression from the blue team, just walking forward. But there is a sniper that's going to give them some pause for sure. Almos still sniping. And picks get traded out. Romer's going to be on the way now. If there's ever a time for some red aggression, it would be right now. Deprue's going in deep, but Cleo gets headshot. And suddenly, the aggression doesn't look like such a great option anymore. Although, nice little pick there from the flank, getting on the demo.
They got the sniper too at that.
Tied to a crossbow as well, interestingly
Ooh,
enough.
nice shot from Fo.
Yeah, I guess the med. Otherwise, we're trying to bomb in on the point, but there's not much there for him to shoot at. Romer does go down.
Oh, Oomals, he's just
now-
W-keying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he could have gotten the sniper there.
This does die. The soldier trades for the sniper. All of this you're like comfortable with as the red team. Like trades, it's whatever. You still have more guys, although Kaito dying there.
And they had the point. The Deprue dying here is so bad. He gets the demo, but I don't know if this is worth it.
Demo for Scout here might. It's hard to say what is and isn't, because it's not like they're not going to fight the point. It's not like they haven't been fighting the point based on stuff like that. Red is fighting the point as well. They do get forced. 2 for the Uber, losing a Scout. This is not the best Uber you'd expect. And, well, not expect. You got forced. But, yeah, not too happy with that if you're the red team. But blue doesn't seem to be capitalizing too much. They're just kind of chilling, playing their sniper. So at this point, a full minute lead has been built up by MILF. We do lose a soldier. A lot of cap time. Oobles might just straight up cap this, and that seems to be the case.
Oh, it's a nuke! A clip by Wadsworth! That's like 400 damage and 2 rockets!
And the bomb in from Smokey as well. Cleans up the med! Oh no. And this is now very bad. Not catastrophic though. They have a comfy little lead. So they could definitely just go for a 4-man here, and then just take a fight with even Ubers. Whether we'll see that or not, I don't know, because they're just playing sniper, scout, cliffside right now.
Smokey,
although
pressuring Cliff, and Deprue's in on the flank. Oh, he gets the force.
Oh yeah, so Deprue switched to soldier for this play. We'll see if they switch back after they die. But yeah, definitely an opportunity for red to be forward. They are not forward. They are still at spawn. Oh, that's kind of bait. I would say.
And now the sniper's gonna die on point. He's gonna be a late spawn, 8 seconds more than the
Yeah.
others.
Because you only want your heals like out of the fight so they're not caught to an Uber. But they forced. So at that point, like, you can get in and heal the guys that are in and still alive. But alas, it's going to be 40 ad for the red team. Going to be approaching clip.
Well,
oh,
he was holding the clip angle.
Yep. Welcome to product, Rattlebones.
Well, they're gonna go all in. Smokey denies the demo. I mean, these last two.
Action.
Oh, great! Great salvage though.
Yeah, let this be a testament to being aggressive. Oh my God, DePrew just got handed a demo pick as well. Yeah, absolutely. Just aggression can be so good sometimes. Although Rattlebones now kind of alone on the point. Oh no, Bloomston.
Oh no!
Medic.
Wait!
It's a medic demo.
Oh,
that
no!
is no. Oh, that is tough.
I don't know what to say, man. It's looking really rough for both teams, and at least for the medics. Like, they're not able to kite any of these sacks. Yeah,
but also, like, throughout all this chaos, Cowboys have just had the point, so it has only been benefiting them. Because this was their first cap. They've already burned, like, 2 minutes and 20 seconds by now, which is just insane. Despite not winning every fight, mind you. Wadsworth just bombs in and gets the med. A little bit of a bagel flashback for Rattlebones. Yeah, like, you wouldn't tell just by the way fights are going that Cowboys have just been rolling. But it's all about the point at the end of the day. You can wipe, and if the other team doesn't cap, it's good for you. Somehow.
Romer's on a flank here with Cleo pressuring hard, but Cleo does back up against the Evil's W key. But Romer is behind on 22 HP. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to make work. He is going to go...
Yeah. Actually gets a shot. So we do see red capping the point. Full ad, though, for blue.
Oh, Tuna standing in the open!
They could just... They don't even need to use yet. They can draw in the picks before using. The picks are not being drawn in. 9 seconds left. 5 seconds left. Now you use the Uber, save everyone, kill the medic, kill the scout, kill everyone. They have to stand on point, so you can just use your splash damage. Pretty textbook end here. And yeah, game point now for Cowboys.
As Vin Diesel would say in the Fast and Furious franchise, you know, you may lose, but at least you have family. So, man, I love fragging. It's really rough right now, because Rattlebones just keeps getting caught up to maybe something that you would normally not see at a higher level. But it definitely has to be accounted for that the combo is just not on the same page. Like, last push there, Cleo just way too forward ahead of his scout. The meta is just passive, like you said.
Neto, quite weak. Actually gets headshot. Super overkill there. Will be the first to fall. Oh, but followed by Smokey. Valuable trade there, although Cleo short to follow. And it's a meltdown for the red team. They're just going to have to leave here. But everyone... Oh, Foe is still in. Foe is maybe living. Foe might not want to live. They're recommitting, going for a peak cliff.
Oh, they're committing the spy. There's no soldiers right now in the field.
There are no soldiers. Yeah, Wadsworth the only soldier in the entire server. Oh, there goes Romer on soldier. True to the name. I'm going to keep an eye on Caneto here.
Sure.
Where are they? Alright,
Oh, it doesn't matter! They're just killing everybody! They're just killing everybody! There's
There's definitely an argument to be made for Cloak and Dagger. I like Invis Watch a lot in 5CP. I think it's better most of the time. But Cloak and Dagger has its moments. But in Koth, don't ever use the Cloak and... I don't know why you would ever use it. Because what purpose do you have just standing around on Spy? You're just forcing your team to take a 5v6 for longer. But if I'm this Spy, I'm decloaking, backstabbing the sniper, and taunting. Foe goes down. It's going to be even Ubers as well. Caneto is going for the play now. He's a juicy sniper. Actually going for the medic.
Yummy!
Gets the medic. It's a nice revolver shot on the sniper as well. That should be easy cleanup for DePrew.
Oh, and DePrew gets the force in the meantime.
Bloomston does get the force from behind. It's just lingering connector. Red is like deep chasing, which is kind of scary, kind of asking to get wrapped. And Bloomston is just hiding in connector, going back in. But unlucky timing. Romer is rolling out.
Good thing I didn't deny any spawns either with that cap. They made the mistake a few times on Bagel.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so roughly even time and roughly even Ubers.
Look at where Foe's position.
And then Romer
Also
dies,
now.
and that brief moment of let's take a deep breath, it's normal, is now completely out the window again. As Blue just losing 2, Red losing 1.
Dang, look at how scared they are in pocket
They
right
are.
now. They can't peek the
Yeah.
sniper up until that
There
kill.
goes
That is.
Almost. And now you get to do whatever you want. Foe is deep peeking. Kanedo's actually on the other team's grass, just making chaos happen. And the longer that they can just delay, okay, maybe not standing under their China delay, Cleo, but somehow gets a kill jumping out. Tuna dies though to a headshot.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Oh, Foe went all the way to grass. Wow.
What the?
And now what was even Uber's even clock is a minute ad and full ad for Man I Love Fragging. They're in a great spot to maybe close out another round here. Of course, they are down 2. But with this Uber, if they can remember to use it, and they drop.
Don't talk anymore, Rumpus. I don't think it's working out.
I was actually like happy because they haven't been like remembering to use their ads so much that I thought the Soldier Bomb getting the force was like good for them because it forced them to use the Uber, get the soldier pick, and play that ad. But unfortunately, it was a drop. So shoes on the other foot now. Still a comfy time ad for MILF, but we've seen almost first to fall in the SVS.
Almost has been pretty quiet this half now that I'm thinking about it. It's been the Foe show.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it looks like Red definitely had some nice adjustments. And Foe just deep peeking this, charging the shot. Tuna is just in the sight line, trying to heal the scout. Oh my god.
I've never seen a better dance than John Travolta in Grease, but the Uber is out by Cleo.
And how many picks are they going to get? They start off with the demo pick, but there's 2 players behind. Yeah, Kanedo's probably going to die. Kanedo gets the trade. So there's that, I suppose. And Wadsworth is going to get denied because of that. And now it's going to be ad, actually, for MILF. And this is still perfectly comfy. Because you just get this Uber, you use the Uber to get point, and then you only have like 30 seconds to burn.
Well, judging by what's going on, I mean, really, they're taking their sweet time to get out any positioning, but they need to spot the sniper out way earlier. They don't know where Almost is.
Yeah, the last thing I want is their Med just getting sniped somewhere. Ooh, and they want to be taking this ad because, like, the longer you wait, the better it is for them. They have the point. They have this ad that they're building. Okay, they do use.
They need to kill Tuna with this.
Yeah. Oh my god. DePrew getting 2. Demo and Sniper. And Living as well.
Oh, but Rumpus is on the medic! Oh no! Kettlebones! Oh, Rattlebones. He does get saved by Romer.
That was perfect. They didn't get the med, but like that is exactly what you needed to do there. And the med just gets headshot anyway. Yeah, this is fantastic for MILF. This should be around if they play this well. Just play your spam on point. Oh, and a nice little headshot for Foe on the bombing demo as well. Yeah, that was definitely textbook. Because sure, like, you don't get the med, it's ad for them, but, they still have to approach. Although, Oobles. DePrew was, like, deep chasing kills, and that suddenly, like, gives Cowboys some life in this round.
Dude, Fawn is putting on a show, dude. I am loving this right now.
From Foe. DePrew taunting on point.
Oh, he got shot.
Captain. Yeah, he's gonna die to that. Actually, so Almost actually scoping in for that headshot may have slowed them down enough to not reach the point, but that was probably lost for Blue regardless. Yeah, it's crazy. So we're looking at what, a 3-2 game going into half number 3.
Yeah, should still be Cowboys in the lead. I don't know. I don't know. This is it's both of these have to be decided by which sniper is playing way better.
Yeah, kind of. So I think once there's like a glimmer of proper like point play and Uber play, it just blows the barn or the barn doors off. So we'll see how, because at this point, it's actually Cowboys that need to do some adjusting for the first time this series. don't know how they would approach things differently.
Well,
So of course, you can't just depend on Almos to be hitting every shot. That won you the first 2 rounds, but it's not something you can just depend on. You need to actually learn to, or you actually have to play. You won't just get bailed out.
Also, I want to ask, did you see how like that round where I was like screaming out randomly, like how Fall got that kill?
I
Like
didn't.
he was in house, but like he dropped off and he was scoped in before he dropped off the catwalk from house, and then he like hit the medic mid fall.
Oh, okay. A little drop shot action.
Yeah. Oh, wrong log.
We do have some logs as well.
Oopsies.
What do I think about these? Still very sniper centric. Is this just sniper and pocket scouts? Oogles is the flank scout, actually. So it's just a sniper scout world, it seems.
Oogles is the flank scout, but I guess for product, no, yeah, Bloomson is
they're
30%.
just not getting killed. Yeah,
Bloomson took 30%, and Oogles is. I think Oogles has been W keying a lot of the time for his team, so
just shoving flank and getting picks.
Yeah, justifies his heal order. The heal order right now: 30% for Bloomson, 10% for Oogles, or 13.
What else? I mean, it's a tough game to be a demo because both teams just have full-time snipers. And yeah, like product against the sniper, it is extremely unengaging if you're the demo, because the way to play it is to wait for your teammates to take care of the problem before you get to play it. And I mean, we've all been like watching. It's kind of just teams like throwing themselves at each other to a large degree.
Well, you could
You're
say
ready.
that. I would say more of when COWBOYS try to deny the sniper, they don't really send anybody to shove behind on flank. So I would say they haven't
My
really
point just
pressured
being
Flo
that
well.
the actual like focused let's stop that sniper game plan hasn't really materialized. There's not really much for you to do as a demo other than like just occasionally get headshot, which we might be seeing here.
Yeah.
Actually, it's going to be Deprue for Oogles, so it's a scout for scout. No scouts now for the. Actually, no roamer is on the scouts,
Cleo
and
going down. That's bad.
goes Cleo. Roamer might die. Not Roamer will sneak away. Kineto, though, surely caught here. I was able to use the stick to get out to the pack. So first cap's going to go to COWBOYS here. And even Ubers, even
Oh, almost caught Tuna on the walk over to concrete. Was fog, but
yeah.
Yeah.
See the approach from the red team. And keep in mind, an exchange would be quite nice here, especially with how like close to the combo Almos has been playing as the sniper. Definitely a liability, definitely a class that could get dropped accidentally. Kineto, though, going down, trying to shove the flank, I think alone. And they just lose 3. Oogles and Wildworth.
Oh, wait. Oh, Roller's killing too.
Oh.
Smokey's in on the medic.
3 for 3. Yeah, Smokey is in. Gets the force. Dying for that force here.
Oh, Tuna can
not...
get force though. Look at
Tuna might be caught. It's just a sniper, yeah. Does have to use, and I would be surprised if this Uber got any kills.
Oh, he left the sniper though. He left the sniper.
Yeah. I mean, nah, Almos just should have left because there was no fight to be had there.
I think he was trying to think they would kill the scout.
Deprue does. Well, it was just those two was the thing. Deprue overstayed the welcome though and died. So down a scout now for red, and they lose their other scout. Pick gets traded with Wadsworth. All this point pressure though. Ooh, Kineto's here to stop it. Just needs to hit a rocket. Does. Gets a nice pick. Down 3.
Oh, Rattle nearly caught the body shot.
Oh, Cleo dies. Almost dies.
Tuna is playing a dangerous game, my friend. He's sidestepping.
Oh my god, just gets the med. Yeah, so focused on the sniper there. Kineto was just dropping down from China. Wadsworth gets body shot, goes down. Roamer dies. It's just Trade City right now.
Yeah, but look at these scouts. They are doing so much damage on the side of the COWBOYS.
Running forward. Ooh, the pipes though. Bloomston gonna get traded out? No, that's the last tooth in the zipper that's finally done with all the trades going back and forth. Blue has the point. They've had the point for a little bit, I think, but time is still close to even. But full ad for red. So if Tuna's ever caught to an Uber here, you want to just rip it into them.
And the sniper's dead, so this is retake city right now
absolutely.
for
Yeah, free retake. Wadsworth actually quite low. Another body shot from Foe cleans up Bloomston. And definite forward hold opportunity right now.
I want to see the forward hold, but actually is positioned towards Cliff. Like it has.
With the sniper, especially only one soldier, the forward hold is much, much harder to go for. There's no reason not to just have forward space and just be more ready to give it up. But yeah, don't expect it to work necessarily.
Canetto committing for that click. And then the Prue might die for 2.
Oogles is behind right now. This would be an important pick for red to get. Oh my god, the collapse though. Oh, actually, Smokey just gets ran at and dies.
Yeah, he was trying to follow up Oogles, but Oogles actually left instead.
Cleo said, no, I'll do you one better, and bombs into a scout themselves.
Dude, it does finally get Uber in the nick of time, though. This should
much
be
better Uber right now for Blue, yeah.
But Oogles can't overextend with this. He can get collapsed on.
Yeah, true. Romer's behind. Canetto's behind. Let's see. Almos and Bloomston die, and Oogles dies. Nice shots from Foe right now. Wadsworth bombing in onto the med. Med's completely alone, and that'll be the end of Rattlebones. But Tuna died as well. They're going to have a much faster spawn since Red has the point. What is DePrue doing? Just deep peeking into spawn as an unbuffed scout.
Canetto's in a good position. This isn't... You'd usually hide in main, but...
Nice position. This won't get spotted, especially since Oogles is distracted. Ooh, and DePrue wins the fight as well. Canetto's going to get some value. Actually gets spotted now.
This could be yummy.
Gets the bomb.
Oh, no!
The stick is out. No! Could have just ran at the sniper for the melee if they wanted. Could have just reloaded the rocket, but they unfortunately chose the worst of both worlds. And now Blue's going to get the point. 19 seconds left on the clock for Red, though. With Ubers roughly even, this should be very playable.
But they need to take this aggressive, and Rattle cannot get caught by the sniper sightline towards Cliff. Look at where Almos is trained. But Fall puts it on the angle.
Playing delicately around this sniper. Cleo quite weak. It's bowed.
Oh, they rotate to grass.
Yeah. I suppose for like a less harsh sniper angle, Canetto just gets through connector. Looking for a trade, does not get it. And DePrue might be next to fall.
Oh.
Okay. It'll be Oogles going down.
This is really good right now.
Maybe. This is very weird. Is Red's combo even in? They are.
Well,
it could be pressuring the point right now.
Rattle's really far behind his combo.
Popped. Yeah. Uber got used. Counter Uber gets popped. They get a soldier for it.
Almost got 2 in that?
Almost does get 2. But there's so much cleanup here. Almost didn't get any super important classes. Depending on how important you count the sniper.
I'm very
15 seconds left.
Though. If he dies here, thankfully he makes it out alive. But if he had died there, that would be so bad.
No one should die forward on these doors. Oh, Canetto dying here is so bad for Red. All they need to do is just... They need to just trap this point. Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, it's a buffet! Oh, everybody's getting eaten alive.
The damage just get cleaned up. But if there were just 5 sticks on that point, then that's just a 3k death. The round is already over, and they don't even have a refight here. Again, just like playing to the objective, to the clock. But they get there in the end, and we're looking at match point, regardless of which team wins here.
Rumpus, if after that first half, I don't think you and I would have envisioned that there was a possibility of a map 3 either.
After the first map and the first 2 rounds, yeah, I definitely would have agreed. There was very little life for MILF here. But we'll see. It's not over yet.
Mother buff.
Canetto trying to get aggro here. DePrue, same deal. Just the normal stuff we've been seeing. Oogles wants to chase this pick for sure. Decent space for the blue team. And first shot rings out. Again? Maybe. Oh, yeah. Oh, and they get 2 for it, actually. So now, should be an easy cap.
Oh, Canetto?
Oh my god.
Close.
DePrue dies, though. Still should be a free cap. And then once the clock is ticking in your favor, just take it however you want to. Canetto might go down here. Does go down. Now down 2 for Red. They're pretty much expecting.
That's after the cap, too.
Here. Yeah, exactly. These are some late spawns.
Rattle needs to get an aggressive exchange here. He cannot afford to play passive right now. They need to delay for spawns.
Roamer is going to be caught here. Does go down. It's just going to be out. Wadsworth, though, does die. And Smokey bombed in as well. The demo gets headshot.
And this guy might be caught out here too. Ubels needs to leave.
Yeah, because now the shoe's on the other foot, and deaths are much worse for blue with their super late spawns as well. Almost has been hitting some nice headshots, though, but none of them have been on the med or demo or anything like that. Oh, and foe.
Oh, Tuna!
Nice air headshot.
Tuna makes it out. That is so close. The margin of error there was very small for him.
Kaneto. Okay, Kaneto just needs to not die in this doorway like last time. But yeah, they get the point. Even Ubers, even numbers,
he's going
even everything. Almost actually gets body shot or something. Ooh, Kanetos is just dead again. Yeah, just immediately starting off by dying is just not how you want to be starting fights. Especially when your teammates just cannot follow up at all. Although, Foe with a nice little bailout hits a headshot onto Wadsworth. A lot of cat pressure right now from the blue team. An exchange here might be warranted. An exchange does happen. And actually, Tuna just re-popping without
but they're flashing a lot. This Uber is technically even for both teams with the flashes.
Yeah, but blue just chases so deep. We'll see if they overchase. Where did Smokey bomb to? Smokey is, well, was alive, but the sniper could see him, so the sniper could shoot him.
Oh my gosh, pop! He's popping up!
Oh, with the super
4 straight headshots!
Yeah. Okay, bomb in from Cleo. And it's looking like a white for the blue team. It's just a matter of whether MILF can keep their medic alive. Just up to Bloomston, and yes, they will.
Oh,
nice
a
Traveler as well from DeCrew. Yeah, that was wild. I've noticed both demos are quite fond of bombing.
He can get caught out here. Oh no. Oh, thankfully he has Smoke Cleo to back him up. And Smokey's caught now.
Just busting forward. It's a one. Okay, it turns into a 2v1. And they're trying to get through Cliffside, but the demo is there.
They're just running into Cliff. What is this?
That was definitely Cleo teaching why you don't just walk Cliff when the demo's trapping it. And now they have a comfy little lead right now. It's still about 50 ad for MILF and about a minute of time advantage on the clock as well. They could have continued that forward hold for sure. I mean, we saw how well it went.
Kaneto again. Like you said, Rumpus, he's very forward. He needs to
actually going behind. Gets spotted though behind. Okay. Is now, I don't know, stuck behind or not. Smokey wanted to go take the close range 1v1 with the soldier. Dies. And now these players are very collapsible.
Oh, Kaneto did! Oh my goodness, what a nuke!
Nice cleanup.
It's over!
Yeah, this is very, very good now for MILF. Because now it's full ad again. Kaneto's hiding grass side. Yeah, the game plan is really just wait until they come into cap and then use and kill them all because it's 20 seconds left. Foe dies though. They do use the Uber. There's so many picks caught though. It's just a matter of focusing the right picks or just focusing anything so that stuff dies. But they lose Cleo, who chased one thing while DePrew chased another, and they're wiping in the post, and it's all up to Roamer. And Roamer's gonna get cleaned up any second now. Oof, that's... I can understand, like, when literally the entire team is just scattered in front of you, it can get overwhelming of, like, what to shoot. But that is, like, the moment where, as a combo, you need to know what you're shooting at, where you're standing, and then just go from pick to pick to pick in situations like that. We do see a forward hold as well from the blue team. Smokey immediately...
Oh, they're going for the force, though. But Tuna doesn't have Uber yet. Good drop! Yeah. Oh, clutch pipe! Yeah. Clutch pipe!
98% Uber. Tuna dies. And very successful 4-man there. Ubel's actually peeking into the spawn.
Now, here's the question, though, Rumpus. Will they push out aggressively, and will they drop players during this? Because there's a lot to clear out here. The cliff trap, then you got to get past all these hiding players ready for shove.
I think even using through is not going to be the end of the world. With 15 seconds left, the other team is nowhere near getting their Uber. Ooh, just don't drop Plato here. Oh, they're drop. Okay, they use and get 2 soldiers. That's totally fine.
It's just a sniper that dies, though. You are right.
That is totally fine, and they should get enough space to cap the point. Just don't overchase.
Okay,
they really want this med pick. Canado's gonna. Okay, they wiped them. Yeah. No, this is.
Now we need to set
perfect.
the forward hold. I think if you're a man I love fragging, you can try to deny
I don't
spawns a
even.
little more.
I would straight up just be tramping this point because like these spawners.
Oh, you are right. Yeah.
There's just so few spawners that. Yep. Look at that. That gets a kill.
Oh, yummy.
Wow. And also, I just want to say real quick, rest in peace to John TF2 for giving a 20,000 channel point donation to 4 voters totaling 500 channel points.
Wait, is that Twitch John? Oh, it's John T. Oh, John with a.
Because that was a 97-3 odds that someone just won.
Oh, I thought you were mentioning. You know Twitch TF2 John, right? He was like he used to like feature the TF2 streams like way back in like 2014, like when he was still active in the TF2 scene, because he was like an actual Twitch employee.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I didn't know them. The only Twitch employee I know was Mr. Slyn.
Oh, okay. Oh, map scores are wrong. For those who do not know, we are heading to map 3.
Yup.
Man,
going to Sunshine. 5 CP. Woo! Finally.
we will finally see some regular TF2 tonight. Who would have thought?
We are not seeing regular TF2, but at the very least, like, it won't be non-stop. I think there's going to be some breaks and some action with some downtime. It's going to be nice. But yeah, definitely a very nice comeback from MILF there. They were down 2-0, went down 3-1, I think, then evened it out 3-2, 3-3 suddenly, and then they take it.
Man, I mean, I can't. I really loved watching that map, Rumpus. Despite all the chaos and the fact that that I was on the camera while also trying to cast the whole thing, I was just. I guess if there's a frag movie to make out of a game, I guess Product would have been the one, because there are too many sniper kill streaks going on that map, way more than you would normally expect.
Yeah, I like talked about like, oh well, we saw foe on sniper on Bagel. We might see a little bit of sniper here. I did not know that we were going to see full-time sniper from both teams. But that kind of is that evened it all out in the end. So I do want to look at logs as well for that last half. And actually, despite being in the sniper prison, Cleo with a nice little pop off as well this time around. Of course, the same usual suspects with good performances here. Yeah, compared to the other halves, Cleo had a nice half there, as well as Rattlebones only dying 3 times, half as much as the other med. So yeah, good performances from them to clutch things up in the end.
Well, like you said, the logs are up. Obviously, both snipers top ranking on both teams, but in the end, one was better than the other. So, first half it was almost. Second half, third half. Well, I mean, do we really call it third half like third half, or do we call it like golden cap? Regardless, Fa was the show-out sniper.
It is weird to call them halves since there's not always 2 of them, but yeah. Well, what can we expect on Sunshine? I think we can expect both these teams, and especially after a crazy super coth like that, if your brain isn't mush from casting or watching it, it is certainly mush from playing it. And I'm definitely going to expect teams to just really be in that gear of wanting to take fights. There's going to be a lot of dry fights, a lot of super nukes and choke and team wipe craziness.
Well, I mean, we can talk about brain mushiness all you want, but as a viewer, if your brain isn't mushed either, you can bet channel points. We have predictions up for the third map. And Rumpus,
I'm gonna channel points even if your brain is mush.
Let's see. I only have 876 points. I lost all my points yesterday betting. on
What the?
Luigi. I should have never bet on Luigi demo. My stocks are low. I have to declare Chapter 7. Maybe you did some insider trading there because you somehow have the most points on our channel. But I'm going to bet 500 points on Man I Love Fragging. Because when you have a roamer named Roamer, he has to pop off on 5 CP.
I actually went down a lot of channel points.
Oh yeah, you lost on the Greasy Doghogs vs.
the other
Covenant
week.
series.
I think so, yeah. And then, or was it Covenant? I lost money on Cat Posse as well. But Goblin Zone, my team, they really clutched up and got me back to where I was. So I'm still sitting on 160K.
Well, if I already bet on Man I
And
Love Fragging, you already know what to do. Because every time, like last season when I did production for Trial by Fireside, the team that I bet on usually got cursed. So
I'm still going to throw some channel points their way. You never know. After John getting all their channel points completely blown out, I don't expect them to be capable of dropping like a 20K to make it 98% odds. But yes, I'm happy with that. But I kind of wish I bet last map. I forgot to.
wait, so who took all the points from John that time? Damn.
I
Well,
don't know. There was only 4 people totaling like 500 points. So there was probably someone out there who like just joined for the first time. It's like, oh, I have like 100 channel points from joining. Let me put it down. And then they just immediately turn that over to be like 10K.
somebody did some insider trading with the. We need to call the SEC right now.
Yeah,
But
for real.
we are on to Sunshine. For those who are just tuning in, first map score, Koth Bagel 4-0. That was in favor of the Cowboys, the team that did not pick Bagel. And then, Man I Love Fragging, against all odds, they took the second map product off of a huge sniper pop-off to counter the Alamo sniper. So now we are on to the Decider Sunshine. If we had listened traditionally to newcomer and amateur tradition, we would have been on Clear Cut as the final map. But I don't think Clear Cut was in the map pool for this season. I think it was
Really?
only for Advance.
Wow. I am a big Clear Cut fan, even though I know high div people don't like it at all. I don't know. It's a cool map. Who are you looking out for this map? Because I have an answer.
I'm going to look for Smokey. Like I said, Smokey has been playing very well. Product, I think he was just put in sniper hell. Oobles, I'm just going to stick to those two, actually, for the Cowboys. And then on Man I Love Fragging, I need to keep my eyes on Rattlebones. I need to see some more aggressive positioning. I feel like he's just too passive, and a lot of the Ubers were very hesitant. Like, he popped way too late after a players had already been dropped. So, for Man I Love Fragging, I need to see a step up from their medic if they're going to have any chance at stealing away the series and reverse sweeping in a sense.
Yeah, so I was definitely going to say, I think both demos have just been like stuck in prison. And they even like shared a jail cell. But now they've served their time and they get to enjoy the world at large. So definitely expecting Cleo and Smokey to have some good performances. We are ready here, actually. I'm not sure about Rattlebones, actually, because I think passive positioning on Koth really sucks because you're just going to be losing the point. But on a 5 CP, it might not be the end of the world. Because, like, yeah, you might let them, like, dry in more. But I'm not sure that's something that the Cowboys might be able to capitalize too much. Either way, though, Cleo actually both of them was extremely weak. Yeah, Smokey actually leaving for a pack as well. So no heals for the blue team for the time being. As Tuna tried to chase the demo.
Oh, dying. Successfulness. Roamer Bomb gets the medic.
Oh, and Rattlebones died as well. To almost spam?
No, almost bombed bomb from Blue Cafe, so pretty good bomb. Now it's just up to Roamer and Fog to get this medic. They do get a soldier on point, but not enough in the end.
That's something, but might not be worth the late deaths. I don't think it's going to matter too much in the long run, as long as Deprue spawns Engineer here. That is definitely important. And Cleo, you do not need to be dying in lobby. Absolutely. Deprue not on on Engineer. I don't know if amateur teams build guns or not. I don't know at what level that like starts being a thing. But we see a Dungeon Uber coming in.
Oh no, Smokey beeped his jump, so this Uber's a bit scuffed, and then the Pyro air blast him in the air. I mean, just
they
still matter. They get everybody.
Yeah, that wasn't. I don't know if that was Smokey beef. I think he delayed the bomb because he didn't get used on when he expected to. So he was going for a single pre, it looked like, but just some miscommunication. But yeah, pretty straightforward mid to last there. Definitely, Cowboys are showing up to play.
Yeah. Also want to warn the viewers, I did have thunderstorms right now in my area, so if this stream goes down, you know what happens. But we are on the
Yep.
next mid. Let's hope that I can stay up for the next hour.
Yeah, and you're not getting your channel points back if that happens as well. So again, both demos very weak early on in this mid, but look at Almos. Oh, Almos actually gets spotted from Kineto, goes down. So it was a perfect little hide, and Cafe is now a free pick for the red team. Their health is not great, though. Would be nice to re-heal here. They're actually kind of separated, with both soldiers behind. Wadsworth bombing in, so much damage. Will it get cleaned up on, though?
We will try to clear the demo, but this beam reconnects just in time.
Yeah, and Tuna goes down 93% to the wrap from Roamer. And suddenly, Shu might be on the other foot here. Definitely not as dominant a mid win as Cowboys is from last round. But still, almost trying to wrap through Cafe, just kind of lurk around. I don't know why MILF aren't taking second yet. Maybe the soldier pick is going to kind of spur the momentum, but there's like a gun on last. It's only a demo and a soldier. It's free. Yeah, get in there. Very nice.
And now if you are, they do have a full Uber ad because 200 died on mid. I'd like to see Man I Love Fragging just spot out, get the gun, spam it down, and then you can use it, but knowing them, they'll probably just take it in, and that's just as good too.
Yeah, another thing about, oh, they use through, Cleo gets juggled back a bit. And the gun might, okay, Depu gets, gun goes down. Oh, but they lose both soldiers. They get Tuna, perfect opportunity, get out, you still have ad. Okay, and that seems to be the, oh no, they are no, the demo med recommit. Rattlebones eats a pipe. Almos is bombing in, and that's going to be a cleanup. They definitely could have gotten out there, but they wanted to get back in.
Yeah, at that point, you just got to cut your losses and head out. Now there's no sticky traps that Cowboys have to worry about, but maybe Smokey dying could spell trouble here. Deprue is in the hiding spot. That does get cleared.
Gets spotted. And with 3 players, that should be an easy cleanup. And there's another hider. Foe is wrapping behind Choke.
Oh, Kineto goes for the scout, despite seeing the beam.
There are 3 players that just like hid to go for plays, and
none of them chose
didn't
the medic,
work for any of them. That definitely spells, or that bodes poorly for MILF, that you just have players like kind of going for solo plays in these disad situations instead of just like a team setup for a disad type of deal. Do you see Deprue getting caught as well? There's not gonna be a gun on last.
But they need to start going right now. But Rattle is not healing, so this Uber ad is turned from about like 15 to 25.
Yeah, and they could totally just be blowing this through. Although losing Smokey there, you probably want to call this off, honestly. And yeah, losing Bloomson means you just can't.
Kineto just rolling in lobby. Holy damage.
And peek there from Foe as well, cleaned up Oobles. So now Tuna on the retreat will most likely get forced. Yep, does get forced. So Cleo bomb. Free second point now for the red team. Almost actually bombing in. I said a free second point for the red team. Guys, get off last.
Oh, they don't go?
Okay.
Cleo saw Tuna leaving, no?
Oobles is hiding lower, or in dungeon.
Very weird. And now they can set up for this force or the Cowboys.
Okay, they get Oobles. So Blue actually was like playing. Oh, and Tuna dies as well. Oh my god, Cleo bombing Choke to cut them off. Just completely wipes them. Okay, they got there in the end. But man, it's just like a little bit of spotting, a little bit of
with the timing bomb! Oh, the sink! He can't. Oh my gosh! He could have dropped. Oh, the sink was not
great force there from Wadsworth. But yeah, I think if you're MILF, like you don't have to commit to any fight. You may as well like see what's going on. You know, oh, they're not on 2. Okay, well, let's take 2.
I think they've been always good about getting caught out guard there.
Yeah. So we do see, who is that? Oobles actually just like surfs 2 meat shots.
They need to worry about getting caught out here, the Cowboys. But thankfully there's no Uber ad. There's no Uber ad, so we're
no, it's even Ubers. They're just chilling. They should be building a gun though. There we go. Oobles is on the case.
First gun of the game.
my man. He did build it last time it was disad. This time on
Oh,
evens.
yeah.
So very disciplined about that. Yeah, I was gonna mention that with like the spotting thing. It's like I don't even know if there's things to spot if people don't build guns. Like, yeah, I suppose you could see what side they're on. But, Ubers will even out. Also, MILF were building their Uber and disad positioning. I don't think they needed. Maybe they thought it was more disad than it was. In which case, that's fine.
Law is going in, but against this gun, you can't really go in as a scout. You kind of just have to coordinate some aggression. But the gun does not spot.
It's actually like
it can't deny a top right speed shot.
It's like a passive disad gun, which is weird because Ubels put the gun on top of point in like an evens position.
Romer's going on that.
But yeah, you can just see gun just get spammed down straight up from left side. Yeah, just because of how vulnerable it was there. So that's the sack. Probably could have been coordinated a little better since the gun was so spammable. Maybe a little more pressure, but they have time to work with. Although I'm noticing my round time is broken in my HUD. But I'm assuming there's still like a few minutes left at least. They have some
2 minutes and 30, so we're chilling. I didn't realize now. Last season, I think newcomer and amateur had the 10-minute round timer, but
oh, that is awful. Especially when like they might just not know what to do a lot of the time.
Oh, they used? Wait, what did they use to?
I guess trying to take an exchange, but the combo's not on that side. They don't use. They got a foothold at the very least. Kaneto's sacking. Tuna does not force 60 HP, and
the question is, do you want to
just
push out?
Leave. Surely they push out here, right? I feel like you feel like you have to, you know. It's like, guys, it's
in that same position that Ubels was in, and he has a really good timing. Oh, he's going for the backup. Boomson doesn't see him, but Ubels turned around last second.
1v1. Yeah, Ubels does win it. Romer dies as well on 2. So they're gonna 2-man on the Cowboys taking the point there. Cowboys denies both spawns. Will be even Ubers if they wanted to take an exchange, but I would not expect that out of MILF after what we've seen so far. So they're likely to give up mid here. They could sack a soldier in Kaneto, who seems to be caught anyway. Ooh, lock pipes.
Is Cleo caught here?
Yeah. Oh, Cleo is caught. And that might just open the floodgates for blue.
And they see the sniper too, so they have a lot of information to work off of.
They're just leaving the scout to cap as they move forward valley, and Romer's caught here as well. Tries to jump away, actually barely sneaks out.
Oh, the med gets forced by a bomb from Kaneto, but I don't know if this would work out in the end.
Rattlebones has Uber as well. They end up losing 2 for it. Might be more. Yeah, they lose 3 for it, but they get 2 picks. Wait, counter Uber gets popped on nothing.
Wadsworth is behind for the pinch too. This is very bad for Man I Love Fragging right now.
I don't know what that use was, but 2 was completely vacated, and they just like used in.
I think Wads got behind in lobby.
Rattlebones was full HP. I think the scout was healthy. I could be wrong, but that was weird. Okay, well, looks like a little refight on 2 here. They have a soldier pick, so there's that. It's just a matter of focusing down picks, but the space is actually just kind of given by Cowboys.
But this scout
did get
is
a soldier pick.
The Peru needs this pick onto Almos, and that actually evens it up with the 1 spawner on the way for the Cowboys. So that actually allows them to hold second.
Yeah, it totally does. Ubers are going to be even somehow. That's wild. Kaneto actually,
he's in.
Yeah, just no spot valley. Scout gets through, combo gets through. And they just get the point off of that. Oh yeah, Wadsworth has a nice bomb here. Gets a scout. That was crazy. Just absolutely no presence in valley, no spot, no nothing. The entire enemy team are just able to walk through.
Good fall. He's going for something interesting here. But I don't know if this is the play.
Spotted. Yeah, this is hard to win when the other scout has beam. We'll go down. And now down a player on your own last. Definitely much less comfortable of a position to be in. Plus, keep in mind, no sentry. So any sack, any pressure, anything is just going to be that much more effective.
There is a heavy up, just as you say that. But I don't know what that will do right now.
He's on Putus.
Almost waiting for that buff. He's going to go in for the sack, this skip jump through top right momentarily.
Yeah.
That's 200.
Almost bombs in, gets body blocked, and that's the sack.
Oh, and Smokey might be caught here. They actually forced to just Smokey's damage.
And Smokey, okay, does die in dungeon. Soldier in a demo, you definitely could pressure into 2 here if you wanted.
And Wadsworth is caught.
Although, okay, Wadsworth dying, yeah, definitely opens the doors. Blue has this Uber, but it would just be a bad one if they took it, so they have to leave. But this is where, if you're red, don't get caught to the Uber, because, like, your advantage is very temporary just off their guys respawning. So do not be in a position to get caught when they want to push back in. Which, right now on Plat, they really are. If an Uber through Valley was popped, which they're coming Valley. They use the Uber Valley. There's no demo bomb.
Uber's in on the medic, though. You can get Rattlebones.
Chased. Does die. No other picks yet, which is surprising. There goes DePrew. That was looking like kind of a team wiping Uber. I guess it's one of the Ubers that's just a slow team wipe. It's just up to Cleo on last. Blue still has to capture second, so we can expect maybe Roamer and DePrew to spawn as well. But but Cleo dying there. There's like no fight to be taken until those guys spawn. I mean, it's so unwinnable anyway that it doesn't ultimately matter, but yep, that was just the name of the game with a flip-flop like that. Just don't be caught to the flop if you choose to flip.
So, Rumpus, we might just be seeing Bagel all over again, but I mean, there is glimpses of hope from Man I Love Fragging, but I think Rattle is just facing the playoffs pressure right now. A few pops that maybe shouldn't have come out.
One of those for sure just looked like a player calling for a use, or like they were planning to use in situations where it just didn't make sense. It didn't seem like forces to me. Either way, on this mid, Kineto first to go down, and Blue actually kind of over-rotating, I would say. They do lose 2 for it.
Anubles is next to fall.
Yeah. At this point, Rattlebones gets bombed, does die to Wadsworth, but it's all up to Tuna and Bloomston.
Oh, Tuna goes. They wanted to leave Cafe, and now he's caught.
They need to shoot the same thing, though. Oh, no. DePrew just hard focused on the medic there after the Pocket Scout got piped, and that would have been a free kill on both if they just shot the same thing. But no, they're going to slip out. So now it's going to be full ad for Blue to refight mid with.
But no medic yet, just spawned now, being brought forward by the scout, and the push is being initiated from Choke, but Smokey takes a lot of damage early on.
Yep, they're just gonna leave. Looks like Foe might be the sack, intentional or not. They were just kind of caught in. Will get chased down and picked off. And still disad, about 60 disad. So keep in mind, last time it was disad and MILF was positioned where they are now. They wiped and lost the round, so here's hoping that doesn't happen again. Actually, no. Blue forgot it was ad. Still, I guess they thought it evened out and just decided to sack a soldier.
Yeah, I guess they thought like the time that they spent killing the scout behind.
Yeah, maybe Rattlebones was like building poorly or something, but nah, there's no way. It's like 60 ad worth of building. Yeah, I think that's just forgetting.
We'll see.
It's whatever, though. So, no counter sack. Blue with another opportunity to just pressure, hopefully, with their soldier sack.
Oh, no, Roamer
actually de-peeking Valley gets caught. And now with a pick to work with, the pressure is on. And Foe actually is quite aggro as well in Cafe.
Oh, Wadsworth
if they die as well, this is catastrophic.
He gets the force on the Rattle. No scout to be seen with Rattle.
Yeah, they might get both soldiers actually, though, which isn't going to matter too much because Red lost 2. Oh my god, they're just using through choke.
Oh, Rattle might be caught here.
Kineto's stuck behind. Can they get the chase down? The scout does die. Ooh, but
Kineto behind, yeah, like you said, he's in for the pinch. It's a nuke.
Oh my god.
Yummy. Let's go, baby.
Wow. That was wild. So definitely, like, if you're trying to take that Uber in, like, a demo bomb is going to help players get caught. Soldiers...
Oh, look at almost... Wait, hold up, Rumpus. There's 2 low players on point. This is a nuke!
Oh, there's 1, there's 2. Very valuable trade. Oh, and the follow-up from Wadsworth as well. It gets another 2. Or was that just one, I think?
Just one.
Still, Oobles is now fighting this. Rattlebones is so weak they get chipped down. And suddenly, just no other way to call... Okay, Smokey's just bombing in now, feeling themselves. Yeah, there's
Oh,
no
wait,
other
they're
way to
back
call
up.
that than, like, chain feed. But it just worked out because the players
Back
hit the
cap?
shots. And yeah, ×2
Oh,
on
now the
mid.
time.
Yeah, the ×6 on second is going to outcap that. But now the scout behind might pose a problem. And Tuna actually dying on the front lines as well. So they get 2 for the medic. I don't know what you do here if you're blue. I know what's going to happen. I think there's going to be a lot of hiders and a lot of players bombing in.
Yeah, look at where Smokey is, and look at where
Yep.
the demo
Yeah.
back cap. Is he on pain train? I can't see that.
I don't know.
You don't have like the
But,
F to like check the weapons?
You have to be like on them, and I like to be on the med so I can like see the names of other players through walls and things. Anyway, I mean, I wouldn't even be on pain train here, truthfully. Because this is a map you build on sometimes, unfortunately. Even though I love
taking out
pain
their
train.
bats.
They are.
Like it's hot.
And bomb in from almost just gets the force. So we're looking at a flip-flop here. They are deep chasing Cafe. Smokey might die. Does die. They just want to take this in the mid, but actually Tuna doesn't have Uber yet. So this isn't the worst play. Wadsworth getting on a rattle.
Wait, they're winning this fight? What?
Yeah. I guess, I don't know how Bloomston died. Almost died for the sack, which got the force. Smokey died on the chase. Wadsworth died in the post-Uber bomb. I don't know how Oobles died. But it's going to be full ad for red, so they could very feasibly take mid here. Oh, and players are caught. They could just be using this.
Oh, Canetto, nice.
Okay, they do end up using, they do end up getting the medic. It's just a matter of who else dies and who gets saved. Definitely save Smokey. 11 HP is very scary. They're getting this cap. They're still fighting choke. Foe just got 2 kills.
Oh, and Tuna's the most extended one. Oh, but great surf does get out of dangerous way.
And spawners do get denied as well, so this is going to be an absolutely free second point. Smokey just bombing in. Finds out why blind bombing in as a demo is not always the best plan, as they meet a scout who is very much enjoying a trade there. Bomb in from Canetto just immediately.
And Tuna's alone! Oh no!
Yeah. This is very unfortunate.
What is happening?
This has been like super back and forth. I kind of half expect Wadsworth to just 1v3 them, just based on how teams love to wipe each other back and forth. But it's just going to be Smokey and Bloomston surviving.
What is happening?
Rather, Smokey's a spawner, so just Bloomston surviving. Mid is absolutely free for the red team. They have an opportunity to deny both soldiers here, in which case they can just keep pressing on the 2. They are stacking, and they do get it, just barely. Moving it forward, Canetto getting through choke, Cleo getting through choke. The old making space as a demo. And yeah, pretty textbook dry there.
Wadsworth is almost
Second
caught
point
out there
for
in
free.
lower. It does make it out.
Still add as well into last, keep in mind.
Oh, and they're going fast. I like this. Keep up the tempo.
Yeah. Let's see it. Okay, they definitely telegraph. Oh, they dropped the demo.
And they dropped the scout.
They get 2 picks. Oh, this soldier is popping off. Canetto is just nuking them. And Romer had a nice bomb as well. That's still around. Yeah, that definitely could have been like a little cleaner. You know, don't peek the doorway and draw all the spam and like telegraph the push. Just pop in. But no, fantastic Uber from both soldiers.
Yeah, if anything, I think there were like 4 people that Rattlebones had even had to flash it, because I think the entirety of the team was going through that one tiny doorway, but all is good as long as you get the round, like you said. And we're into this next mid. I just want to see Smokey stay a little more healthy this time, and he actually gets the 2 clean for 6.
Yeah. Yep, that is the choke rollout on demo in a nutshell. You're just so weak and so vulnerable. So it's kind of full chaos mode for the red team. After that happened, they just didn't know really how to approach it, and most of them dealt with that by just going forward. So we do have Foe behind. Maybe playing to stop mid. That would be a valuable stop.
There's a soldier to back it up. So there's a 2v1 now.
No, but at this point now, like a delayed death is pretty bad, and being stuck behind alive is also pretty bad, because you want to just stop mid and then be able to respawn at your own last instead of this. But maybe they get value here. They're going for the play now.
And there's no
But
engineer.
Blue's
It's
already
just really
moving
bad.
in. See, even if they get the force here, Blue's still perfectly happy because now they just start off the Uber with that pick. Yeah, it's hard to imagine this being a hold, especially losing Cleo. ×4 on the point. Yeah. Not to say that was like Foe's fault by any stretch, but that's tough. It's so hard to like know what to do against, impending Uber disad. Yeah. Yeah, 3-1 lead now for Cowboys.
Well, we're into halftime. Cowboys sitting comfortably with a 3-1 lead, and they're looking in a position to close it out. Now, here's the thing, though. If we're gonna think 3-1 is safe enough, well, just think back on product, guys.
True.
We still have a chance if you are the MILFs. You know that mom buff may go their way, but we're into halftime, like we said. Final map, stakes are at an all-time high for these teams, and this is only the first set of matches for the amateur division. So to already be mentally pushing yourself this far in your first playoffs match, Rumpus, this could be, this is also maybe some of the players' like first playoff match like in ever. So it's a whole entire different feeling compared to a regular season match that goes to Golden Cap.
Yeah. Man, just so many. You always love the map 3, especially when it's a close map 3. But it is also very, very draining at times.
I mean, I don't think we expected to cast it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, what like adjustments would you make if you're MILF here? Because I'm thinking, obviously, 2 of those rounds are mid to lasts. So focusing on mids is definitely a good place to start. Outside of that, though, yeah, I don't know. Like, of course, there's just like a carpet of like mistakes that both teams are going to be making, just on an average level, just by virtue of the fact that like it is an amateur game. But as far as like really costly or very easy to fix or very common ones, it's hard to point out. Their last pushes have been fine. There was the one time that like the combo lingered, but they still, and there was the one, of course, that started off on the run foot losing the demo, but they're still like got a round off that.
I guess, one of the things is that I think that second round, they get the second was free, right? And then for some reason, like
that is true.
Cleo gets the force on the medic in Valley.
Space, yeah.
I think somebody pushed out the shutter. Cleo at that point, you can take a passive position on point and just try to trap off the areas, knowing that you had like one player there with you, but instead he chose to regroup with the medic. I think they're playing too medic centric, and when there's abilities to take space, they're not taking advantage to take space. Hopefully, I guess that makes sense. That's what I would say in my opinion, though.
Yeah, I think obviously you don't want to be feeding, but sometimes like there's definitely such a thing as too passive, and you don't want to just leave opportunities on the table. So there's a way to, poke and prod and identify what is available and what is not without committing yourself to like too committal of a plan. So, on 2, you can absolutely be spotting, expecting to maybe just like pressure, see what's going on without committing past lobby. And that shouldn't cost you much. And just the information in that case would have just gotten them a free point. So yeah, that's definitely true, is just seeing what you can get and then, inform your plans that way. Yeah, that and the mids are probably the main things for MILF to focus on. Cowboys have been doing a pretty decent job, I think, of just locking things down. And actually, MILF, they did have like a very nice, very quick transition into last in that Uber that ended up working out. That was quite nice. They like got second. It was probably like 40 ad, which we've seen plenty of teams play as even. But no, they were moving into lobby already. They were getting ready to get into last, and it paid out. So yeah, there was, if anything for Cowboys, like definitely focus on those advantages, because there was that time they gave up that 60 ad into 2. as we are readying up here.
Uh-oh. Wait, I'm getting
We
back in the
are
server. Radiocast.
officially in the last 30 minutes of the match at the very most. Actually, I shouldn't say that because Golden Cap exists. Anyway, again, Smokey and Cleo both quite weak early on.
Take it away right now because I'm still getting back in the server. So
Yeah, sure thing. Smokey actually has not really been healed back yet, although Foe going quite low. Both teams just rotating, although double bomb in pretty much ends up getting nothing. Both soldiers die for it. A lot of damage, but no picks. And it's kind of a wipe for blue. Kineto did get caught out in the tail end of things, so it's looking a little more even of a fight. Or I should say, just not a very chaseable fight. So it's probably going to be even Ubers on second here, as Red definitely need their spawners.
and remind me, the score is still 3-1.
Just 3-1. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Cleo is DPing choke, but there's a lot of blue players there that do not like the fact they're doing that. Will be even Ubers on 2 here, and this is kind of the first time we've seen MILF in the driver's seat on second in evens. So we'll see what kind of sacks they can pull off. Looks like they're just healing right now, getting buffs on their soldiers. Okay, ready to rock and roll. Looks like they might both be bombing. Maybe like a little one fades, one commits action. They're in position. Could be a double soldier, for all I know. Romer bombing in, Kineto bombing in.
Oh, they just get the drop!
Oh my god.
Great stuff.
Kineto does die.
Oh, but look at Rattle! Hold up, Rattle gets dropping too!
No. Oh no. And Ubels is just on cleanup crew right now. It's just up to Foe. Yeah, in a case like that, you don't need to milk at all. Because you could literally just use, once you hear that they drop, with your monitor turned off, and it'd still be ad. But that's unfortunate. Sometimes the worst thing that can happen to you is drop the other med. As, yeah, MILF does lose mid because of that. So it will be... Oh, and it's actually slight disad as well on second. Ooh,
This soldier is caught out.
well.
Kineto is caught towards Cafe, and this is just free real estate if you are the Cowboys. Roman might fall too with that.
So that's going to be a free second point. And back to last year. Now keep in mind, this is technically still ad. And ooh, they're going dungeon. They know it's ad. They're using in 90% on Rattlebones. Are they going to get this med? Okay, they don't get the med. Are they going to get enough picks that it doesn't matter? And that seems to be the case. They get 3, yeah. Counter Uber gets popped out, which gets 2 picks actually. And it gets the med. This is kind of looking like a hold, but do not chase that. Come back to last. Kill the scout that's killing your combo. Very nice. Smokey might recommit here as well. Ooh, this is a little scary. Okay, there we go. Nice hold there. It got a little scary, but now they have ad, and they should have a free second point as well. Of course, Wadsworth is going to be hiding in dungeon. You got to clear your stuff, of course.
No, but almost already in. But they don't know about the second.
Oh, yeah.
Second
Gets
man
spotted. Gets denied. Very nice. Textbook stuff so far from MILF on the push out of last. And they deny 2. Let's see it keep going forward. As, yeah, no soldiers to bomb. They're coming choke. 3 point. Kineto's in. Look at this. This is some high-level TF2 we're witnessing right now. And they can start to play this ad as well now. They just got both those points off picks alone, and now they have Uber ad to play with if they wanted to get a third as well with a true coast-to-coast. Oh, they're going to use... They pop through on Cleo.
Oh, but the medic's already out towards bad, but Smokey
Smokey's
is
caught.
Oh, but I think Cleo's caught instead.
Okay, they end up getting 2. Losing the demo's unfortunate, but it's still fine to flip-flop this point. Oh, blue wants to use back in. Or at least Tuna's very aggro in lobby. You do not want to be very aggro in lobby right now, unless you want to use. Keep in mind, they're still down 2 for the time being. Okay. Rattlebone's definitely going to have to back up, not be caught to anything. But this should be a pretty standard disad hold. Looks like Blue trying to take this through lower left as they do just enter. And Cleo is caught, actually. Ooh. Ubers will be evening out on mid, but I'm wondering if MILF is going to give up space off that demo death. We'll see. As Blue's coming Cafe right now, and they just walk through Cafe. Rattlebones is in no man's land, is going to have to use. It is an exchange, as Tuna uses as well. Wadsworth dies, though, so a pick for Blue. Oh, bomb in from Kineto. Good damage on the fading Uber, but it's not going to get cleaned up on at all, actually, as Foe does get caught as well. This is suddenly... Oh, never mind. As I say that, DePrew just walks in, kills the medic. These two need to get out of here. Rattlebones does not have scout speed, so Bloomston is able to chase down, just scratch this medic down. I really want this med pick, though. Bomb in from Almos does go down. I half expected Bloomston to commit there as well.
Huh.
All right, soldier pick to work with. Pretty sizable ad as well, and 70% already on Rattlebones. They could start to be moving this into mid if they wanted to. We'll see when they start going. 90% already. Maybe Tuna was building poorly or what, but okay. They do have Uber. They're going to start going forward now. We do have Wadsworth chilling on top of Cafe. Last time around, this got the Force. We'll see if it gets spotted. They are coming Cafe, so this is a fantastic position to be in as a soldier. Drops down, gets the Force. Very nice. Although Almos bombs in as well. They might get two soldiers. They do get two soldiers, and suddenly, this is perfectly fine for Red. Just cap this point, keep going forward, and they're doing just that. Keep in mind, Tuna has this Uber, so you know, keep your meds safe, of course. But they're coming choke, and there is all the space in the world, too, is absolutely vacated. Eagles trying to get in on the demo, actually, who's quite separated. Oh,
they do use, too.
They did use.
Everybody's caught here except for the medic.
It might be worth. Man, okay.
Oh, wait, there's a backup! Backup! Oh, wait, no, they don't have second. Oh,
yeah,
I was so scared for a second.
Yeah, I just noticed the combo super split. If there was a scout with the demo and med there, then Oobles just dies. And
the backup is going on. I don't think anyone's going to deny this aside from Oobles. Oobles needs to win this fight. They could have body blocked! They could have body blocked! And he loses the fight!
Oh my god, Oobles. Absolutely clutch play there. That could have just been around right there. Okay, and they do deny the forward spawn as well, so, you know, Red kind of unable to sack on second. We'll see if that stops them, though. As Blue... Actually, never mind. It's not even an ad for Blue. I forgot they used and Rattlebones lived. It's disad, in fact. So, we'll see if they play this. They're already kind of too slow to do so. Almost bombing in with the sack. Seems like both teams are just committed to playing this even. We can see MILF perhaps go for a counter sack here. Maybe. See Foe peeking around. I think they're just chilling. Oh, Kineto and Roamer both in Cafe here.
Haven't seen Elmo snipe in quite a while, have we? I don't think he's even sniped at all this map.
Yeah, there has not been a sniper yet on Sunshine. Kind of surprising for... Oh, Kineto bombing in. Oh, the double soldier gets the Force. It's actually interesting. Double soldier has become much more common in like high divs, including invite.
Well, I don't think they can do it right now with how passive they are. Like they need to log stuff out if they're going to do it.
It is funny to see that taking place in amateur as well. Uber gets pops though. Oh, and Tuna is caught to it. Oh, and they're leaving? They're not over chasing? Oh, this is fantastic.
Hold your breath there, my friend.
Oh, yes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. They baited out the overchase from the other team, and now they just get to really do whatever they want. They can stack to deny, they can go forward and spawn camp. All of these are options. They're going to go with the former. And now it should be a free second point. And this time around, Tuna did die, so it is still ad. You don't have to worry about a dodgy Uber through bats getting value this time.
What do you think here would break this last hole? Because they have the gun up pretty early. It should be level 2 at least, but... No, actually it should be level 3 by the time they go in. It's only 78%.
I'm always just a fan of the top right. When done right, it just is a good... Like, it's the bread and butter for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
They should be taking lobby. They already have this Uber. They want to be in a position to be taking this. And actually, based on this positioning,
Oh,
Smokey
Happy's not
and Tuna are completely caught to it. Ooh, bomb in from Cleo. Actually, immediately turns to focus the gun.
The soldier
Smokey's
bombed
still
at the same
caught.
time.
Where's the scout? The scout needs to be killing these players. I don't know if there was a scout with
There wasn't
Uber.
a scout in the Uber. They actually bombed a soldier through lower to top
Oh,
right.
no.
And they soloed.
Yeah. There was just so much damage. Like, Cleo played that perfectly.
Oh, wait. Double back. Wait, look at this flank pressure right now. They
Oh,
can go for
yeah.
the back tap. It's just a soldier to pressure
Owen
last.
Romer on
They need
point.
to stop it.
×3. Oh my god. I think that actually, I think Almos's kills there mattered. 'Cause
Yeah,
in
it did.
my kill feed, the kills came before the cap on second. And Kaneto actually on spy. Wow. Very clutch there from Almos. But yeah, scout with the Uber is just nice. Because Cleo just did so much damage, but
Oh.
it just
Wait,
couldn't
did
be
they hear the
followed up on.
cloak?
It's possible. Kaneto's in a nice position right now. Tuna has this Uber. Ubers are actually close to even. Let's see if they know. I mean, they don't know, but let's see if they get spotted by accident. Oh, it's tempting to just backstab that scout
Oh.
just because a pick is a pick.
The
but,
soldier looked behind and saw him for a second, but
was
they don't
going
know.
mad.
The gig's not up.
Yup. Ooh. I feel like Kaneto could have maybe got more there, but Foe dies as well. The
Yeah,
two
they
picks
went for the
Uber.
force with the
Ooh,
backstab.
3 for the Uber. This is suddenly bad. Oh, and Rattlebones drops as well. Yet again, sometimes the worst thing that you can do is drop the other team's med.
They need to start going to last right now, the soldier right now. They could probably go before following Romer up. Nah, Snooki is not there in a position to trap off spawn.
Yeah. It's very hard to hold the point when you wipe on 2, but it's looking like they might do so. If there was even a soldier in position for blue to be bombing that point after all the players got drawn onto it, that's just a round. But it's going to end up being, yeah, even Ubers on Man I Love Fragging's last.
Man,
first to
that's
fall.
not a great way to start. They're going to push out of last. They're going to drive without any Uber.
Yeah.
They might want to consider backing out right now, having lost their
Ooh,
soldier.
Cleo's maybe caught on bats. Okay, get back there, soldiers. Build your sentry gun.
And finally,
It's gonna
almost
be
left the side.
gonna be yeah, true. The aggressive sniper, and we know Almos can hit these shots. Oh, and just as a quick little reminder, Foe counter sniping though. Oh, yep. And if we needed a reminder that Foe can counter snipe, there it is as well. It almost looks like Blue wanted to like
Wait, do they think they have that? It looked like they wanted to go top right.
Yeah,
for a
I was
second.
gonna say they like looked like they wanted to use. Strangely enough. Okay. Well, Almos coming right back up on sniper. We might be in it for the long haul on this point. But actually, I take that back because there's no sentry gun. So this hold is much, much more fragile than it usually is.
Oh, and Kaneto might be caught out here, but Smokey did not trap the exit, so
Yeah,
only
just able to
damage would go.
matrix dodge everything. Smokey actually eating some damage as well for the peak.
Kaneto's
So
swinging
it's
major
really just up to what Almos can do here with the sniper class. That should be deciding the pacing and just how Blue approaches this. Let's see. Okay, first shot rings out, so MILF knows they have a sniper beyond a reasonable doubt.
Oh,
And
they're just picking
peeking.
the. Oh no, Cleo's caught.
Oh no.
Oh, no!
Yeah, that is. Oh, and the use as well.
Wait.
Counter pop is much better for Blue. They're just trying to body block in the doorway.
And
Keep
they
in mind, the
don't-
Uber ends eventually, and you don't want to be on top of point dying to sticks when it does.
Wait, they hold. They
Demo.
hold.
What? Where are the others players at?
The great
sniper.
hold. Oh
Sniper
my.
lost. I don't know what just happened, but that was crazy.
No way. That's such a sick hold. I mean, Romer kills the guy in top right. Then he
look at
rebounds
Ubels.
point and denies the cap.
Ubel's in the bush. Oh, sees a demo and starts holding forward. Actually ends up meeting Romer, who cleans up the pick. So now down a player for Blue, but it's even Ubers. They can just hold this counter sack, basically. Ooh, they're actually playing pretty passive by choke.
They're
Definitely
pushing
giving
out.
Brad the
They're pushing out
opportunity
Uber
to get
too.
in. Yeah, Wadsworth dies as well, so this is just a free point off of what was only a soldier pick.
And I was just gonna die here in Valley to fall. No, actually wins the fight. 22 HP.
Ooh,
And
Foe and
dies too.
Romer die, though. So if there's ever a time to refight, especially with a soldier behind, it's right now, because Almost could have just the heavenly pinch. And it's drawing the combo back as well. But
The
not
team
the
is not
medic.
pushing mid though. They're still sitting on second.
Oh, Oobles is in on the med. The entire combo went back to kill that soldier, leaving the med alone.
Oh,
Okay,
Rattle needs. Rattle's
If I'm
scared.
Oobles, I am screaming at my team to get in.
Oh,
He was
Ubers
trying
is
to
just
hold
doing it
the
himself. He doesn't need no help.
Yeah. Okay, the flood happens, and yeah, here we go. This is what could have been happening the whole time. Does
got
happen
forced,
now.
though.
Uber gets popped. Totally fine. Use because now everyone is safe and cozy. Roamer though.
Wait, did they not see
fighting.
Roamer?
The salvage gets Tuna. Kineto commits out the spawn, actually, the forward spawn, and finds out why that was a bad idea. So 4 picks, soon to be 2, as these 2 spawners show up for the blue team. Their medic only now spawning. Still, a fight into 2 right now is definitely sketchy if you're MILF. Just waiting for the soldiers is definitely a better idea, even though it gives their medic time to show up and start buffing people.
Oh, almost
nice
trying to go for a speed shot.
from Cleo. Yeah, it gets just stops any ideas that almost had there. And Uber's actually kind of close to even. It's like 20 ad for red, but taking 20 ad off your own last on Sunshine is not usually what you want to be doing. So you do have Foe actually off last checking.
I'm also seeing this fight in lobby, and Kineto is caught here in dungeon, so Ubel should be able to clean this up, and that means they could potentially work a sack.
Absolutely.
Needs to happen.
Yeah, soldier pick just means the doorways are much more vulnerable, and actually multiple players in dungeon there. Although, okay, blue is now taking lobby. There's a trap on bats. Gotta make sure to clear
Watts is in. That's a very clean sack in.
Double soldier. Ooh, and there's the force. Man, just going for the double soldiers have gotten so much value for Cowboys.
And I think one of the things you would say, Rumpus, is we just need that gun up. Move that gear
Yeah,
up.
absolutely. Yeah, there's literally zero reason not to be building a sentry on even Ubers like that. Whenever you have the time to.
Oh, there's not a caught! Look at how caught they are!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they tried to take the pressure in with those 2 soldier picks, but keep in mind they have Uber. Don't want to commit your heels too deep. And Smokey, speaking of too deep, just bombing in completely to 3 players without Uber on them. Not going to matter, though, as the scouts are just shredding everything on point. And that's going to be a 4-1 lead, match point for Cowboys with 12 and a half minutes left
Queen
in this
Uber.
half.
I think it's Jover, Rumpus. I think it's Jover.
I mean, yeah. Well, actually, yeah. There's no banny overtime. Yeah, it's hard to say.
3 rounds in 12 minutes. That's hard, man.
MILF can have a comeback here. They kind of just need to get mid to lasts. We might see some garbage time, but we might also just see a mid to last from Cowboys as well, as they've already have 2 of those rounds under their belt. So we do see actually much better position.
Oh, look at this double!
Yup, the double bomb gets the med, gets so much damage. The players are just getting cleaned up. And is there any salvage on the Tuna?
Great defense
Tuna
from
is
Smokey.
pretty comfy here. Yeah, not gonna die. Yeah, that mid really, of course, the soldier bombs like got the good direct value, but that mid was just won by the fact that blue rotated like across the point, whereas red rotated like back around the side and the corner. So all the central positioning, that like high ground, was just blue the whole time. All right, full add into last now. This is potentially the map and potentially the series for Cowboys. All they really have to do is just enter lobby, spot, take this Uber in. As we do see a couple soldiers entering lower lobby. Almost actually dies.
Oh, they used early. Wait, they used them through dungeon.
Oh,
Smokey's in already.
Catches everything, actually.
Oh, it's
Let's
a
see.
buffet.
They did lose the soldier early on, which is a little hairy, but so much cap time. All you have to do is just spam all the players on. Oh my god. Smokey Wadsworth
goodness.
Just snapping 3 players out of existence. And that's the game.
Yeah. GG's to everybody here in the server. Man, I love Fragging. Are eliminated from playoffs. And the Cowboys, they move forward after a nearly giving up a lead that they should have secured on product, but Rumpus, that was a marathon that we had to cast.
Oh yeah, definitely felt like Cowboys just kind of had the upper hand the whole time. Um, so congratulations to them on a nice win tonight. As
MVPs of
far
the
as
match?
MILF for the match, hard to say. Let me actually look at the logs. I was gonna look
I always
at
say
whoever gets
Ubles
the
for
most.
me.
Oobles always does well. Absolutely. Let's see. It's a sunshine. Here it
Should be the
is.
one with
And yeah, Oobles actually fantastic performance.
Ubles next up? Ubles 50? Why is he 50,
Yeah,
son?
for real. And DePrew actually with a very nice log as well. Smokey as well. Very few deaths. Very nice on a demo. Yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely consolations to MILF. Well played. That product comeback was definitely a treat to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we're tired here, Rumpus. I don't have anything much else to say. I mean, great game played by both teams. I'm very happy that we even had a third map because product looked like it was down in the gutter. We probably would have been asleep like an hour and 30 ago, but a show was put
Hmm.
on, maybe a unique style of TFC that was played that we'll never ever see again. But I had a lot of fun casting this match.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if there's anything else for us to talk about. Of course,
Because about the
may as well
merch.
shout out the TF2 CC Cup coming up, the newbie Cup. So yeah, sign up for that, whether you want to play or be a coach or what have you. Of course, we have Fireside merch now,
Oh
of which
yeah.
mine is on the way. Gonna hopefully get that sometime soon. And yeah, pick that up if you are interested. I don't know. Outside of that, any shout outs from you?
Shout outs to both the teams. Shout out to you for casting on a short notice. And shout out to the rest of Fireside.
Very nice. Yeah, as always, got a shout out production. And it's not always production and my co caster are the same. So thank you for that. Yeah, cool to cover some amateur. Doesn't happen all the time. And it's kind of a mixed bag sometimes. It can be fun to watch. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed watching tonight. Yeah,
Oh, you know
catch
what we
us
can
for
say? We can say,
coverage.
fun fact, that means we've casted every playoffs division now. So,
Oh, there
shout
you
outs to the
go.
GOATs.
Division wide coverage. All right, folks. Have a nice night.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, everybody. Let's get this raid going. We'll go see you on Donovan